Here we go. What is going on? It is your boy Levitate, and today we have a special motherfucking elusive guest that I think a lot of people want to hear from. He goes by the name of Safehaven, one of my favorite, if not my favorite designer in the scene right now. Absolutely killing it. He's worked with a shitload of people from Svdden Death to Ghastly. I think he did Owsla, right? Yeah, well, I mean, we'll talk about all that stuff. But without further ado, let's get into this shit.
What up?
There we go.
How you doing?
Good, man. I'm good.
It's been a while.
I hope this looks right. I can't even, see. Whatever.
I think you're fine. You're well in frame.
Alright, bet. Big bet. Shit, I totally forgot to grab water, but it's cool. I think I have a water bottle over there.
You can go get a water bottle right now. No one's going to be tripping. But yeah, I've never done, a video other than my stream.
It's sick. I'm honestly honored that I get the first public Safehaven appearance, I guess. Maybe.
I guess, yeah. My roommates are like, "You're gonna do what?
Yeah.
A what? A podcast?" They're like, "Yeah, I listen to those, but why you?" Right. And I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know.
No, man, I find every single time I start designing something, or when it goes to layout, outside of CG shit, every single time you come to mind. And I'm like, fuck, I wish I could do that shit. Honestly. Not even gassing you up just for the sake of it. That's true.
Well, I appreciate that. That's funny because that's okay, so one of the things that I'm pretty known for is my fonts and shit.
Yeah.
And every other comment will be like, "Yo, where'd you get this font? Where can I download it?" And I'm like, dude, it doesn't exist, first of all.
Right.
But the reason I left school was because I tried doing a custom font for one of my projects.
Yeah.
And my teachers were like, "Yeah, you can't do that yet. You have to wait till you're a third or fourth year." And I'm like, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna leave. I did it once for a custom project.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, this is dope, but we can't give you credit for this because you didn't follow the guidelines." I'm like, man, fuck your guidelines.
By using a custom font.
But yeah, I literally it was a type project. It was a typography project where we had to make a poster and a brand behind something. It was for an art show, and we had to brand the art show. It was a fake art show, but it was branding practice and shit. It was our midterm, and I based mine on a New York art show or whatever, and I did everything that all the design language came from the subway system.
Yeah. Okay.
So the type that I did was based on the little on the top of the trains, the little angular connectors.
Oh, yep.
That connect to the. I mean, that's not how the subway in New York works, but just trains in general.
Yeah, you mean where it gets the electricity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totally.
On the top of the trains, and then so all my type was modeled after that.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Cool idea, but here's a B- because you didn't follow directions." I was like, "Wait, what?"
That's trash, honestly.
And then I dropped out. So
fonts are hard. I mean, the thing is though, I feel like a lot of people. Not that I went to school, so I don't know personally, but I feel what I've heard from people is that when you go to school, you'll end up getting gigs with you get your salary and whatnot, but very rarely do I know someone that finished design school and they're sick, that's the exact job I wanted, or sick, that's the exact position I wanted to be in. And that's not to discredit school, go to fucking school if you want, you know what I mean, that's awesome. But I think with someone in your position, you work for a rad industry, you know what I mean, you have a ridiculous future ahead of you. I think that's probably a smarter move, subjectively.
Well, I appreciate that, thank you. That's kind of the whole vibe was the whole idea of school, especially for art school and creative school, design school.
Yeah.
The whole preconception is you're gonna learn all this shit and then you're gonna go work for a studio somewhere, some branding studio or some design studio, or most of the schools don't really focus on starting your own shit.
Yeah.
And it's always go work for someone, or go get a job at Google, or this guy got a job at Apple. Congrats, 17% of your graduates went to Apple to work in a machine.
Right.
And that's cool. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I just don't.
I feel that's a strange there's a duality in that, man. That's going into school that's going into higher education because you have a passion for something creative, and then you kind of go into school and get spit out into something that is inherently less creative. You know what I mean? Like the irony in that is funny to me. But once again, that's not to knock anyone.
Oh, no, exactly. I was just about to say, like, not to, you go to school, you're shit. No, it's like, dude, you should go to school. You should graduate. You should, like, that's a lot of things that, like, if I didn't go to school, I wouldn't know half the things I would know today, which is, like, technical stuff that I needed to know.
Right.
But, like, yeah, no, school's great, but it just wasn't, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I think especially when you have an idea. I mean, for me specifically, like I didn't go to school, but I was like planning on it. But I think this applies to like whether you're still in school or planning on going to school. For me, I saw like a gateway where I was like, I really fuck with this. Like I see this window, and if I follow that, I can probably come out the other end happy. You know, like I get it right now what I can do. You know, and so I can go to school and like see where that takes me. But like the whole time I was like, I feel like if I do this, like I'm gonna be all right. Yeah. And I wasn't instantly right. Like it wasn't like a year later, but it like a few years later it was like.
Oh no, exactly. So like if you can't like expect to see results like right away. Like I started freelancing a year before I dropped out. So my first year of school, I just started freelancing here and there. And then in my second year, I got an internship at MadDecent, and I was just like hard, like great. It was awesome. It was my first job ever, and I just applied. I was like, "Here's my Instagram. I do a bunch of weird 3D things." This is when I was doing 3D back in the day.
And I feel like I saw. Didn't they do like wasn't there an announcement thing on their Facebook at that time? Where it was like, "Yeah, I saw that." Man, because a few of my homies were like, "Dude, do that shit."
And well, it was just an internship. It was paid, which was awesome.
Sick.
That like blew my mind because I wanted to prioritize. I started in like October of my second year, so just like a month after the term started, third term, so sophomore year. And I had the internship Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. And I also had to juggle 5 classes of school and freelance on the weekends.
Rough.
So it was a crazy situation where so then come January, I scheduled 3 classes on Monday, 2 classes on Tuesday, and I went all the way to like 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Yeah. And then the next morning I'd be up and I go straight to my internship Wednesday all day, Thursday all day, Friday all day. Yeah. Friday come home. If there was a show, sick, I'd go to a show back in the day. Yeah. And then Saturday I wake up and I do freelance till Sunday night.
Gnarly.
And then I'd somehow find time in there for my massive homework projects and shit because I'd have to do like presentations or posters and
you had like there was probably also assignments for what are they called, the prereqs.
Oh yeah, exactly. So I had to write like essays and shit, and then also juggling while like I had to learn how to use a laser cutter and build like dioramas and shit for my product design class, which was like awesome, good to know, but like fuck, it was so tiring.
Yeah, I mean I feel like a lot of that shit is like misdirected after like I understand teaching like the entire community like a base knowledge of things, you know, like you want a good idea of math, you want a good idea of history, although sometimes it's like fucking nonsense. They should definitely teach taxes in school.
I wish
holy shit, right?
Man, I was thrown into the whole tax realm literally like this last year.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, God damn, I don't know how to do none of this. Dad, where you at? Please help me.
Yeah, it's like a very real thing. But I think like the baseline knowledge is cool. Is like, I guess, it's cool in high school. But when you get in college, the idea of prereqs for like higher education seems like fucking nonsense to me, honestly.
I literally wanted to do like some classes so badly, but I would have like never gotten there just because I had to do like 3 English classes beforehand to get into like I mean, I get the purpose of English. I should at least have to take one that's like fine, but I had to take one every year until it was like the last year, and then I could finally take that one elective. I'm like, man, come on.
That's silly.
I just wanted to learn like screenwriting, you know, like one English class I get. Like, it's fine, but like I want to fucking learn some of that shit, but I couldn't take that class, so I left.
Damn. Yeah.
So many reasons I was like, I just got it.
Dude, if you don't mind me asking, what's the bill look like? The check on that look like?
On
after school?
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
So art school is expensive. And so I got a scholarship because of my portfolio. They enjoyed it quite a lot. So they gave me like 50% off, which is fucking outrageous.
That's great.
I applied to 2 schools. I applied to Art Center College of Design in Pasadena here in LA. And then I also applied to School of Visual Arts in New York. And I got into both, which is cool.
Nice.
And I put my deposit down for New York because I have family in New York and I know New York, and it's like, like just going back, you know.
Yeah.
And then so I put the deposit down. It was like $600 or whatever, and I was like going. I pretty much sorted the dorms and everything out. And then I get an email the next week from Art Center. They're like, "Oh, we got you a scholarship." I'm like, "Dad, it looks like I'm going to Los Angeles." And I'm glad that they that pulled me out here because I would not have worked in music otherwise. Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to, but I don't think I would have had the opportunities that I did here.
Yeah. For those that don't, wait, can I tell them who your roommate is?
My roommate's not Danny.
What? Literally, like 2 people told me that.
I know. I don't know why.
Did we have that conversation?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I don't know why 2 people told me that. Holy shit.
No, I think Marcus told you that, and then someone else did too.
Yeah, I think maybe Omar said something like that. Yeah.
I know. I'm always at his house though, so that's probably why.
Oh, that's probably, yeah. I feel like someone was on like Discord with him or some shit. Like, and you were in the background, and they were like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Something.
I was literally just leaving actually.
Something
it was like late or whatever. I don't know. No, I do not live with Danny.
That's funny. Holy shit. I can't. You know what? I'm almost slightly more embarrassed that it just didn't resonate the second time. After you're like, no, dude, I don't.
I literally said it at dinner the other day. I was like, yo.
Bro, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you were on one that day, man. You had a jalapeno and shit.
I was hyped that night, actually. I felt really good, but I ate so fucking much that I was like, dude, I was close to, not vomiting, but it was like, bro.
Bloated as fuck.
Like uncomfortably full off of like.
That was a weird night, dude.
That like food was kind of mid.
It was definitely weird.
Yeah.
Dude, weird vibes in that restaurant.
Yeah, I do fuck with calamari though. Calamari is fire.
Calamari was fire. I think you had the best meal at the table.
It was.
Why did they give us intestine soup? Is my question.
Just for free. Just off top. They're like
okay, there are these 2 massive bowls of soup, complimentary, by the way.
Yeah.
One of them's filled with literal intestines.
Yeah.
And the other one was what, like mushroom soup? Or mussels.
Mussel soup, yeah. That was like a trip to me because I don't know if they like heard me say something or I was like, yeah, I can't eat this. This doesn't have fish or if it was just completely random. Whatever the case, that's like such a strange complimentary meal. Like,
nah, dude, I swear someone sent it back and it just like instead of going to the kitchen, they just gave it to us because we looked hungry or some shit.
I think so, yeah. I think it was like, oh yeah, we got like a 5 top here, so send it. Fuck it. But I mean, what was that drink? What was that sweet drink?
Soju?
Soju?
I think it was soju.
I feel so uncultured sometimes.
It was fucking fire.
It was fire.
That's like the second time I've ever had it, and
that was delicious. Like that shit.
That could get you really drunk, really, really, really fast.
Oh yeah, and probably sick after because the amount of sugar that was in, especially
the next day.
That,
oh hell no!
Holy shit! Speaking of the next day, I feel like there was something in that calamari that like made me so brain dead. Not even like fucked with my stomach, but like, okay, here's the thing. I need to preface because I know this is controversial. I don't believe that MSG necessarily like gives you like fucks with your brain in a sense. There's like this weird racist stigma where like people say that like MSG is like really unhealthy for your brain.
No, yeah.
But historically, that comes from like essentially like weirdo racist like propaganda in New York City. That being said though, after I ate that fucking calamari, literally the next day I was like, dude, I'm brain dead.
Slow as shit.
I don't know why. Maybe I think it was just because I ate like fucking like pounds of carbs. But
no, I feel that. I feel like if I have like a midnight ramen, like cup noodle ramen snack, which is like just filled with MSG and sodium and shit, I feel the next day I'm like the next morning at least I feel like trash and then I'm fine.
Yeah,
it's like a hangover.
Yeah,
but from shitty food.
There's something to that, man. I don't know. I mean, like that totally might just be like an excess amount of just like shit food. of grease.
My mom calls it plastic.
Plastic.
It's all just plastic.
Definitely, yeah. Ramen is definitely plastic. Definitely.
It's good plastic though.
It is yummy as hell, dude. I used to go so hard on that shit when I was a kid. Like 3 times a day. Like eat that shit.
I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed anything from a packet. So that's when I moved out here. I was like,
wow,
hell yeah.
That's probably why you smart as hell. You probably
yeah. Shout out my mom for making me eat healthy all my life. And then
real.
I moved here and then I eat McDonald's twice a week. Not anymore. I've gotten better.
Have you?
Yeah, I haven't eaten fast food in like couple days. Yeah.
What do you fuck with normally? What do you eat normally?
I'm such a little shit because I love my McDonald's, bro.
I mean, dude,
love my McDonald's and In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Yeah, my girlfriend works at In-N-Out, so it's like
that's a death sentence. Yeah,
it's terrible, so bad.
Yeah, I kind of do. I just miss McDonald's fries.
Yeah, that's the only fries though. Like oh my god, I'm gonna sound like a complete asshole, but one night, when I was living in Pasadena, there was an In-N-Out right there, a McDonald's right there, and a Doghouse. You know Doghouse?
No.
It's not like fast food. It's like hot dogs, but they got like avocados and mushrooms.
Gotcha,
mushrooms, onions on it and shit, and
like almost like Wendy's with a step up even.
No, it's like really nice actually. It's like quite. It's like a higher end, fast.
Like a Chipotle kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's in the same tier as like a Chipotle kind of vibe, but it's all hot dogs and everything's on Hawaiian buns and stuff, and it's like really, really nice.
Nice.
But they have the best shakes.
Word.
So one night we stopped at McDonald's drive-thru, got the fries, went to In-N-Out, got the doubles, and then on the way back grabbed the shake from Doghouse. It was like a whole fucking mission, but goddamn that meal.
Oof. That's
incredible.
Yeah, that's like peak like
that's stoned at 12 at night and don't know what to do.
Stoner shit. Yeah. 100%. That's an experience I missed out on before I stopped smoking weed. Because I only stopped smoking weed not because I feel a type of way about it, but because I have like a terrible time on it now. But when I was younger, I was like so broke though. So like if I was high and I got a pizza, like that was it for me.
Yeah.
But like I honestly like, dude, there's just something to that, getting lit as fuck and buying like 10 pounds of fast food. It's the best, honestly.
It's the best because I'm at the stage of my life where I don't gain weight. So
you're like.
So I'm just banking on that for the next year or two, and then I'm gonna have to not.
How old are you again?
22. I just turned 22 like 2 months ago.
Damn. I thought you were 23 for some reason. Yeah, 22.
No, I was 21 forever. Felt like forever. Longest year of my life. A year.
The longest year ever.
Cause I was like able to go places fine, and then everything shut down, and I was like, that's not cool. Now I just go to the store and buy alcohol.
There you go. So, dude, that fucking sucks. So you probably for like half of...
From September to January, or from September to February.
Yeah.
I was like going to shows like 3 times a week.
Yeah, bro, you're like a music fanatic too. Like you're really in the shit.
Yeah, I'm in like I just love going in the crowd, and I'm like #1 fan of all the people that I have worked with in the past.
So you probably were like 19 years old like doing this shit, and you're like or 20 years old doing this shit, and you're like, I can't fucking wait. Like it's gonna be so sick. Yeah. And then
it started when I was like halfway. I was like 4 or 5 months before turning 20. Yeah. And I started getting like asked if I wanted to be put on guest list, and I'm like, the only way I can get in is if I walk in with you guys and I have all access. Like that's the only way. Yeah. And I was like 19. There's not going to give a 19-year-old kid all access.
Yeah. I used to play shows when I was like 19, I think. That's when I started playing shows.
That's sick.
Well, yeah, but like I mean, like one time, for instance, like we were finessing it like that, like don't ask kind of situation. And I played my set at this club in, I guess I was 18 at the time. I played my set at this club in, what the fuck is going on?
Anyway. Some screamo kids out there practicing.
I know. But yeah, so it was like in Reno, or not Reno, no, it was in Nevada. It was like at this place in Nevada. Anyway, I play my set and I get finished and like a cop walks in right after. Like right after I finish my set.
You can't be in here.
Oh, it was so like security like just knew that you were not 21 and they just like, we need to escort you out. And like the one thing I remember from that experience specifically is completely unprecedented, unfucking sanctioned, unsolicited, uncalled for. Dude like searches me, and like I used to wear baggy pants. I was like a snowboard like shithead kid, so my pants always hung there. Dude, homie just like full blown wraps his hand around my dick like mid search, and I'm like, yo, this situation got from like uncomfortable because me getting kicked out to like now I feel like harassed right now. Like I would like to go. It's like,
yo, at least take me to dinner.
Yeah, for real. Goddamn. It's like, did you pay for tickets to the show, sir?
Holy shit, that's not cool.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah, no, a bunch of my friends that were under 21 and they were playing shows, they like had a security guard on stage with them, like right off stage all time, and then the second you're done, you get escorted the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I've done that with a handful. Like that shit started when I used to DJ for like hip hop groups in Seattle.
Sick.
Yeah, dude, I scratched for like a really long time.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I can do all that shit. A lot of fun. Like those shows are super, super fucking fun. But when I started, it'd be that exactly. It's like escort in and out and all that shit.
That's fire though. What the heck?
Yeah, it was a time.
With who? Do you know?
Yeah.
Remember? Obviously no, but do you remember?
Yeah, there were two people that I did it with regularly, and I DJ'd for a bunch of other people too because it's like friends of friends and all that shit.
Yeah.
But it was both in Seattle, obviously, but like the first group was Grand Rapids, who is Jay Battle. He goes by Creeps as a producer and rapper. And this dude Leech, who he might live out here now, but Leech Hansen, and they had like this duo. It's like black dude, white dude, and they were a lot like. Actually, I can't even remember the name of that group. They're just far gone. Dat Piff rappers, but yeah, they were sick. It was like electronic hip hop. It was fun.
That's tight.
And then the second one was for a group named Slightly Flagrant, who did a bit better in that scene as far as frequency of shows and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like through them with Slightly Flagrant, who is Macintosh, who's like the rapper I've worked with on a few things, and the homie Tane Jr. Shout out Tane Jr. He's tight. Fucking TJ, he has like a lot of cool projects. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, those two dudes, like through that shit, I played like every venue in Seattle.
So did you DJ first or produce first?
I DJ'd first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I mean, that whole time I was producing. Like even when that shit was happening was like when I was working with a long-haired guy.
Yeah.
And,
were you working on like? Were you producing your own shit, or were you producing for other people, like beats and stuff?
Yeah, I think I only did that like 3 times.
Oh, okay. So you were just working on your own shit the whole time.
Yeah, it was it was a funny kind of like situation because I would not to talk down on anyone in that scene or whatever, but it would be interesting because I'd be at these shows and a lot of rappers are like, you know, like squeaky wheel gets the grease, like closed mouths don't get fed, and so they'll immediately start like networking with you and chopping it up. And if you're a DJ, there's kind of like an air of like, I just got talked down to a lot, you know what I mean, from rappers and shit. And the irony would be like this dude like flexing like 1,000 Facebook followers, and I'm like in the back of my head, I'm like, I got like you have no idea, you know what I mean? Like this dude has no idea what the fuck I got going on. But it was just so weird because I'm like watching people like literally like sun me over shit that I was like, bro. Anyway.
That's hilarious.
It was, man. It was really unique. It was
but it's like good experience to like. You said you were young as shit.
Yeah. At that time, I was like 19, 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
up in Seattle.
Yeah, and like I mean, I started like club DJing when I was 18. Though I was like party rocking at that time.
Nice.
yeah. Those like worst DJ sets, but so fun.
Probably, yeah. Just hyping up the crowd and shit, and just like playing pretty much whatever.
There's a lot of like Macklemore and fucking Usher and stuff like that, and like
Man, if I hear come on right now, I forget.
Oh yeah, like it was exactly. It was like so much of that. Like yeah, man, I can still remember because when you do that, it's like a routine job. You know, like you have probably about 200 songs that you're like, this will work. I know how to mix this. And like I can still remember like what is that 7 years later or whatever? No, not 7. Yeah, about 7 years later, I can still remember like fucking like the playlist. Like I can remember like going from, you know what I mean, going from like Can I Kick It into like Tipsy, and then like at the 1:30 you go like Oh My God by Usher into like a Day and Night. Like I remember those things, you know.
Oh yeah, this can go into that, and it's been 7 years, and then you're like, you can't even remember your own address for your house. You're like, what the
Dead
fuck
ass,
is going on?
Yeah, it's like the funniest shit, man. Like, because it was like a job. It's like I probably played like 50, 60 sets where it was like, that's the...
Yeah, muscle memory at that point.
Straight up.
It's funny because I can't, like, my memory is super selective.
Same.
Like, I can remember things that date back like 10 years to like the T to like the date and shit.
Yeah.
But then I can't tell you what I did 2 days ago. Like I'll walk into a room and I'll be like, why the fuck am I in here right now? I don't remember what I came in here to get. Dude. Like, I opened the fridge and I'm like...
Same. 100%. Like, for me, it's music. For me, it's like with musical shit. Like, here's, like, off top, like, this one time, I'd say 2 years ago, my girlfriend's friend showed me a song that her boyfriend was working on. And I remember the lyrics to it right now. Yeah. But, like, I forget my area code. Like, or like my PO postal code. You know what I mean? All the time. Like, it's goofy shit like that constantly.
Yeah, my girlfriend makes so much fun of me all the time because she's like, how the fuck can you remember, like, see something I said, like, 8 months ago about, like, some weird shit, and then I told you about something that happened yesterday, and you have no recollection of any of it. And I'm like, man.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. My brain's slow as shit.
That's funny as hell. Yeah, man.
But in Photoshop, I'm like, I know every keyboard shortcut. So, like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Straight up, though, that it's, like, so fucking real, man. It's so fucking real. Like, when I was actually in a relationship, it got to the point, like, we were together for so long that it got to the point to where, like, we'd be having similar conversations a lot, you know, that we had, like, a week ago or whatever, like, that kind of shit. And, like, my girlfriend used to be, like, at the time, she was like, dude, you're gonna have Alzheimer's when you're older. Like, you're so fucked. But at the same time, it's
like, this is the 18th time we're having this conversation today.
Straight up, though. Like, straight up. But at the same time, I could be like, whatever, yada, yada, and C4D, just yank it out. Like, that I did one time.
Oh, no, literally. It's like, cloth dynamics, I remember that. I did that last week. I did that 2 months ago, and I could do it again.
Yeah, for real. And it makes no sense, but I think, like, it's...
I think our brain is just filled with, like, weird computer knowledge.
Straight up.
And everything else is secondary.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like, I won't remember I remember 3 recipes my whole life, and I won't remember, like, a recipe that I had to cook. Like, I have to keep referring to the recipe every, like, 3 seconds because I just forgot what I just read.
Bro, same though.
And I'm just like slow as shit.
I like question my own am I good, dude? Like, I can't. I just read this 3 seconds ago.
And oh my god, don't even get me started. If I'm trying to read a paragraph, I'll go like 1 sentence in. 2 sentences in, I'm thinking about something else, so I have to restart the paragraph.
Same.
And I'm going again, and I'm like, man. And then I give up, and I select all, and have Siri talk to me.
Just, have her just say it out loud.
It works perfectly.
That's a good-ass idea.
That's how I did, that's why online textbooks are the best thing ever.
Yo.
Back in school when I had to, like, learn about modernism and shit, I'm like, I'm just gonna have her read to me while I'm on my bed, just hanging out.
I feel like if you could track my eyes while I'm reading something, it would be the most, like, Sonic the Hedgehog AD bullshit. Like, I just feel
left to right to back again, and then left to right.
I'm like, fuck, what was that? Like 3 times, and then I like skip it. Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, now I know exactly what that's talking about, but I forgot what we were talking about like 4 seconds ago.
Exactly. I fuck with reading though, man. Like, I think the practicality of like holding a book is cool, even if it is just to like let your brain go in like skippo mode.
Yeah, no, for real. That's why I like graphic novels a lot. Yeah. And I just got the Berserk Deluxe Edition thing, and just like the massive leather back, like hardback, fucking like 600 pages, volume 1, and I want to get the rest of the 5 volumes, but. Just having that first volume, just going through it, the illustrations and everything is just like, what the fuck?
Dude, the art in that series is like fucking...
some of the most inspiring shit ever.
It's crazy. Like, it is
fucked up. Don't get me wrong. It's very fucked up.
Oh, yeah. There's some, like, disgusting shit in there.
Absolutely.
But, like, really...
incredible.
Like, fucking gnarly. I, like, dude, so I'm not, like, a big weeb, but I, like, dabble in that, you know? Like, I just... Because I think, like, as an artist, like, it's impossible not to be like, holy shit, you guys are on some shit.
Yeah, no, exactly. But, I'm definitely not a weeb at all. I'm just, like, really into, like, Berserk and Neon Genesis.
Yeah.
And Akira and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Evangelion for me is like visually like the snippets from that look they're really sick, but the show itself, and I might get hate.
You're gonna get hate for this.
Yeah, I'll get so much hate. But like, dude, the show itself is so like fast paced. And
it is quick, yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost to the point to where I don't enjoy it that much because it's just like so fast.
No, that's opinions for sure. Like I think the visual just everything, the UI and the way it's made, everything is just so crazy retro aesthetic into cyberpunk future, but also you can tell that their idea of the future was so in the past.
Oh yeah,
which is so sick.
But yeah, that's what makes
my favorite
great.
shit.
Yeah, exactly, because they call that but like retro futurism.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that shit's great, man. Like,
that's my favorite shit because everyone now focused on the future is focused on like touch screens and everything has to be touch. Everything has to be touch, and I'm like, that's cool. That's where the future is going and all. But there's some things that that can't be. Yeah. Like a steering wheel. Yeah. Or like knobs.
A bike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, a brake. You can't
straight up.
You can't touch a brake, and it literally you have to have some sort of like physical feedback.
Yeah. Taptic. You need
taptic.
You need some like taptic input. Yeah. What was it? Oh yeah. It's cliche as fuck, but like the thing is like I always fall back on the Ghost in the Shell because I feel like that. Yeah, man. Like the OG movie and like even the series that follow for me personally were just so nail on the head of what I want out of that.
The original movie is tops. Impeccable.
Yeah, it's like fucking great.
My little logo thing that I use for Souls, my music side project thing. Is
go listen to his shit, Souls.
It's trash. Don't do it.
No, it's so sick. It's so sick.
Absolute trash. But it's a 3D render of a face that I made, but it's in the same angle as when she's coming out of the water. But instead of having her come out of the water, or like that, I guess it's not really water, right? It's that like cyber fluid, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Like weird
skin liquid.
Skin like weird egg fluids. Yeah. But so instead of her coming, like, you know how she comes up and I just literally reversed the perspective and then had that face do the same thing, because like that is one of the most iconic scenes ever. It's been replicated in many music videos and movies.
Westworld. It's not even.
Oh, Westworld.
Oh my god, it's not even subtle, man.
I know, that's the best part.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I saw that shit and it's like you guys could have at least like thought of another way to like put skin on these things or whatever. Like that is nail on the head Ghost in the Shell.
It's the same. It's a very similar thing with fucking. Oh my god, I just had it and I'm blanking. What was it? Oh, Berserk and Dark Souls.
Oh really?
Or Bloodborne. I can't remember which one it was. But the logo for the souls.
Yeah.
Is one stick away from being the Berserk logo, and I'm not even kidding, bro.
Holy shit!
It's a fucking joke.
Yeah, I want to see Andy fucks with Dark Souls really.
I wish I was good at that game, man. I'm trash.
That's his shit. Yeah, that's like his favorite game.
Okay, Berserk logo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Do you game, by the way?
I've been a the reason I got into design was Call of Duty.
Got you.
So we can get into that in a minute.
I can actually see that now that you say that.
Just like random YouTube fucking like banners and shit, and Twitter profile pictures with like people like people loved having weird Marvel characters come out of their logos. Like Sora, for example. I don't know if you remember Sora or if you were into that scene at all. No. Bloodborne logo.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Okay. Bloodborne logo?
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, that's right there.
Come on, bro.
That's right. They just chopped the top off. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, awesome, but like, it's a little on the nose.
That's funny. That is really funny. Not as on the smooth ass podcast transition. Not as on the nose as people who rip you off. Safehaven.
My man. Why? What? No.
Just take me out for that shit.
I'm gonna go on a break. He's gonna solo talk about this for a while. No, it's whatever at this point. Yeah,
Bro,
like I remember I was telling you it happens like twice a week.
Well, what's funny about that is you said 3 times a week at dinner, right? When we were eating with Angel and shit, you said 3 times a week, and I look at your Instagram, dude. It's more than that.
Yeah,
you underplayed that. Like I literally thought that was like I didn't even think it was an exaggeration. I was like, word. Most people in that scenario to get their point across would slightly exaggerate that. That's an under exaggeration.
Yeah, I said 3 times a week, and I was like, man, if I really told them a number, that'd be fucking annoying. But it's
like fucking almost daily. Like I think like what was it day like you did yesterday, and then I think literally the day before that or
and then I posted 2 yesterday, but I took them down because I haven't actually really ever talked about it, but like being like I'll be petty if I need to be.
Yeah.
And I will put someone on blast if I have to.
Yeah.
But if it's like a smaller creative that is like trying to find their footsteps and shit, then I won't put him on blast that much. Like I'll put it up for maybe 15 minutes and be like, here's your punishment. You know?
Don't do that again. Sit in the corner.
But then it's people like that that label Insane Industry.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck it was. I think it was that.
Yeah.
Where they were literally copy pasting my fucking shit.
Yeah.
Changing the title to their name of the artist, putting it in a plastic bag, which is like my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
And then throwing it on Spotify.
But like
for release artwork.
That's the crazy part.
That's like, blew my mind.
Release artwork. See, like I feel like if you're talking just like putting it in if you're like posting it on Instagram, that's one thing, because like in that fucking environment, like people repost shit all the time. If they're edits, I don't think it's just, especially if you're reposting specifically like art and pretending it's yours, that's definitely fucked up. But in that environment, it's like, okay, reposts happen. But to release something as a like music label, like, and put it on cross platforms, because copyright gets involved there. Like that's a real fucking thing.
So I'm in the process of copywriting and trademarking everything.
Understandably.
And it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it so people can't actually make money off shit that I made, you know.
Understandably. Honestly.
It blew my mind because like sure it was the label's fault that they like ripped my shit and put their artist name on it and released it.
Yeah.
But one of the artists reached out to me and they were like, dude, can you like take this down? All your followers are like blasting me. And I'm like, dude, it's your fucking name.
That's on
the release.
Dude. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, okay, as an artist, I never even replied to him.
Yeah.
But as an artist, like if you're releasing a song, you want to know where the art came from, or you want to have at least a little bit of control over that art, and it has your name on it, so no matter what you do, it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
So be careful about what you put your fucking name on, because otherwise it's legally tied to you.
I mean, that's like, but it's that's just like, don't work with assholes though. Like that, to be honest, like that.
I mean, to be fair, he was small, and I did put him on blast, but at the same time, it's like, yo, now you know not to work with these guys.
I mean, yeah, because then I mean, that's just like true to form, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's unfortunate that you're small and you're getting put on blast right now.
Absolutely, it sucks. I hate to be that guy, but sometimes it just like.
It's true to form though, because it's like, well, that's what the label they like put that on the label. That's not on you for like doing what frankly like any other artist would do. That's like on the label, in my opinion.
Yeah, so like I didn't like put him on blast specifically very much at all. Yeah. I just I was just targeting that fucking label, and then they were just being really annoying about it because we had a DM conversation back and forth.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, but it's on Pinterest and Behance and stuff, and if it's on there, then I can save it to my computer. That means it's free for use. I was like, wait, what? The fuck you just say to me? First of all, I have no work on Behance. I don't have any work. I don't have a Behance profile.
Yeah.
Second of all, my shit gets reposted a lot, especially on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And I get it. The original source can get lost. That's fine because a lot of repost chains and whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. But
But
the fact that you can right click and save it to your computer does not mean that you own the image.
No. Never.
And that's what they were saying.
Yeah, I mean, like, that doesn't... Yeah, like, what
I
the
was
fuck?
like, what?
Applicably, that's like saying you could snap a, like, high-res photo of a Picasso and then resell it as, like, Picasso.
Exactly. That's
You know
like
what I
saying,
mean?
oh, I just downloaded this Skrillex song off of YT to mp3.com.
Yeah. Like,
And then released it under my side alias Levitate.
Right, like, yeah.
And I just released a Skrillex song. Like, what?
now I'm Skrillex. And, like, that's cool.
Oh, no. I made it, though. I saved it, so I made it.
Count it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is not Skrillex. Skrillex for me. Fuck off.
That's nonsense, man. That's fucking a shame, honestly.
But it's all right. So I'm just getting everything legally sorted. So
Yeah.
which is gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But
if it's anything like music is like $30 per copyright, right? And if it's anything like that, that would suck. You have like hundreds of pieces on the internet. But
yeah, no, literally, I think like 300 something.
yeah, like holy shit.
And that's only the stuff that I posted. But thank
Yeah.
God I don't want to post. I don't want to post like the really crazy shit because then it's just gonna get ripped. So I just keep them in my little archive folder where it's like, only show this to prospective clients or like in a thing that you're trying to pitch for someone. It's like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah. That's the shit that fucks me up with your work, man. Is like a lot of those things. Well, you're like similar to people in this way with like design though, specifically. A lot of those things I look at and I'm like, well, if I wanted to tackle something with like a layout like that would take like, I don't fucking know, like 6-7 hours for me, maybe sometimes like 10, like a day, you know? And I noticed like some of this shit, a lot of the shit that you post on Instagram specifically, it's like daily status. You're like, I just wanted to do this before I like did some other shit.
That's yeah.
Like
well,
passe almost.
I don't like talking about my turnaround time because it makes me sound like an absolute
I mean, you don't have to divulge all that.
No.
It's
Not specifically like my personal turnaround time. Like my posters will, if I'm doing 3D stuff, it'll take like 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because I'll spend all like 4 hours in cinema because I'm not that fast at Cinema 40 or ZBrush or Substance Painter or any of that.
And also, there's something to say, even if you were doing design, there's something to say where it's like, there's things that go really fast, but like if you're like me, like if I had like a freelance, I'm not gonna give that to the freelance. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
I'm gonna
yeah.
make
So
something, like tight for them.
I have like when I work for my personal stuff, for example. I'm my own biggest critic and I'm my own client. So at the same time, I can do work for myself so fast because I know exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
For the most part, like if I'm going to a layout, I will literally just put shit in places that they shouldn't go and see if they work. And if they don't, they don't. But if they do, then oh my god, I have a unique layout. That was a firework, hopefully.
Yeah, that was a firework.
Okay, cool.
You know what, man? I'm getting used to like pointing out the gunshots. I'd be like, oh, that's a gunshot.
Yeah, that transient, that's a gunshot. No,
yeah, like straight up.
Yeah. But yeah, so if I'm working, like I can crank out on Instagram anywhere from like an hour to like 3 hours.
Nice.
And like yesterday, it took me 3 hours, 2 hours for the drawing, and then an hour for the layout, which is cool, which is fine. But then when it comes to freelance shit, my brain, it's a totally different way of thinking because everything is conceptual.
Yeah.
All my Instagrams are like random notes. It says, aha, go fuck yourself, or it says shit, or it says, oh, 420, haha, or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But when it comes to, I can't really put that on client work that needs something serious.
Which I don't think people realize that either. Like when they look at your stuff, because your scripts are like so wild style, I don't think they like immediately register like all the like shit posting in that.
Yeah, there's so much shit. Well, that's like my whole thing is I just want to be like a fucking meme, but make it look cool, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to like a Svdden Death stuff, for example, everything down to the last symbol, every quote, everything means something that directly like relates to Danny himself or his brand or something that he's done in the past or something that he resonates with. Or it's like super, like you could ask me why is this symbol on the bottom right corner of this one little area? It's like, oh, it's a symbol of chaos that we've developed, or like it's the symbol of his confusion spell song thing.
Fuck, man, that's like, dude, that is where the value is in that shit. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, I don't actually, real shit, I mean, like, I know a handful of designers, but like, I do not know anyone that's like, no, these fucking, what are they, like the mouse type symbols, and being like, that's actually indicative of the brand. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm working on a project that I can't really talk much about, but it's a freelance project, and it's like a rebrand. And not necessarily rebrand. It's like the same name, but visual aesthetic rebrand.
Right.
So they're going to keep their main logos the same, but they wanted me to do like my own thing, but legibility was like a strong thing that they wanted. And I'm like, so my fonts are really crazy, I get it, but I could also do like legible stuff, no problem.
Yeah.
But I developed like 30 icons like to be used in different like areas and stuff, for just like small fucking tiny icons to be dealt with, like for album covers or for fucking posters or whatever. And I developed a bunch of them just to be used, and they all have like the exact like same visual language that they would based on like what the company's about. So and it's just been super fun because now I can go super deep into like creating logos with similar aesthetics, but it also has everything to do with the main overarch. Like I can't. It's so hard to talk about this without naming.
Right. Yeah.
But
definitely because like but that's fucking insane, dude.
But yeah, and then you go all the way, and then it's just fun because I get lost in it. Like I'm going into such detail that like, oh, this relates to this, and everything means something. And then you're looking at an artwork and you're like, oh, that looks really cool. But then you read into it, and everything has like its own little fingerprint. Everything is different, but everything means something. It's crazy.
That's fucking nuts. Like, dude,
you're developing a language.
You're the real deal, man. That's fucking crazy to me, honestly.
That's where my OCD comes in.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it 100%, like, straight up, I feel like it just takes a type of brain. Like, it takes a type of person, man. Because I've tried to lean into that shit. I've tried to, like, dabble in that stuff. So me, I'm like stunted with layout. There's people like you and like Lake Hills and shit.
He's insane. Shout out Lake Hills.
Dude, I think he said he's down to do one. So I think I'm gonna have him on one of these.
Please.
Yeah. Big shout out to him. I'm constantly inspired by him as well.
He's kind of an asshole because he's so good. He's so good. I love him. He's awesome.
But yeah, y'all with like the layout are like so sick with it, and I try to lean into that shit, and I'm just like there's a wall in my brain. Like I've studied like a bit about using like Jesus Christ the like golden ratios. There we go. Studied it. I was trying to sound a little bit cultured and just not saying the golden spiral or whatever the fuck.
The shell.
Yeah, the shell. Yeah, but yeah, so I studied a bit about using ratios and like doing like, you know, being smart with it. But like, dude, it just might.
Oh, I don't use the golden ratio. It's just on my arm. My mom would be so mad, but because me and her have the same tattoo. But fucking yeah, I use grids. I don't use the golden ratio.
Yeah.
I could, I guess, but I don't see any benefit from my personal use in that.
Well, you probably are though. Is the thing, you know, like I would assume like at least with ratios, with like scaling.
Ratios are extremely important.
Yeah, like I feel like even if you're doing it by eye, because I found that with my other friend. Like I have this friend who runs it. He's the Alpha Motif guy. He runs that whole clothing company. He was like, well, I like started learning about this like how to use the ratios properly, and he was like, I've just been doing that. So I feel like a lot of people instinctively just that clicks for him maybe. But with me, I just like something about actually applying layout. I'm like, I just hit a wall.
Layout's terrifying, man. Yeah. It's so weird because layout. I literally had to do like years of research in a layout, or more. I think like 7 years of just reading books, looking at magazines, editorial layout versus web layout versus album layout versus there's infinite possibilities and infinite amounts of grids that you could use, and it's outrageous. And I've only barely scratched the surface, and people are like, oh, your layout's crazy. I'm like, no, my layout's technically wrong according to 7 different like schools and industry and like studios and stuff. They're like, you can't do this. I'm like, yeah, but I used 13 fonts in one poster. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, like that's a huge. It's a no-no.
You can't do that. My school would be fucking killing me right now.
But it's so fucking sick. It looks awesome. But it's like that's like jazz. You know what I mean? Like
it's all improv at the end of the day.
Yeah, they're like jazz, like constantly fucking up like classical music theory, but they just like it sounds dope.
But yeah, well, that's a whole different kind of genius. Shout out the jazz players.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you seen what Jason Wool like?
Jason Wool's a genius.
Yeah, holy
He's a
shit,
fucking genius. I've been listening to him since. Oh my god. Okay, so you know how it used to go by Woolly Mammoth?
Yeah. I played with him when he was Woolly Mammoth.
He's insane,
back,
dude.
Yeah.
I was in San Francisco. I was in high school still. But I was in San Francisco for the summer. I was doing like a short course in graphic design and shit.
Yeah.
And in my web design class, the guy that I was sitting next to, he said, "Oh, you should check out my homie from back home. He's like we hang out all the time. He makes beats."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never met this kid before. He was just sitting on my table at the web design class, and we got partnered up.
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, I make beats sometimes here and there, just starting to learn about Ableton and shit."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, my homie makes beats. Here, check out his SoundCloud. Woolly Mammoth, the man himself." And
Sick.
and I had no idea who he was, right? So
Yeah.
I listened to his shit, and then that's when I got into Dr. Durg and all that.
R.I.P. Durg.
Rip Durg, the god himself. All those guys, like got into like Great Dane and Carmack, and that's where like my love for like weird SoundCloud experimental shit just came in.
Yeah. That was the best of times.
Best of times for sure. But the fact is that he showed me Woolly Mammoth, and then it never clicked until maybe like a year later or 2 years later. I was like, holy fuck, because he was tiny on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And then he started doing really well. I was like, oh my god, this random dude that I've never seen again, that I'm never gonna see again. I don't remember his fucking name. I don't remember anything. I was just a classmate in San Francisco, and I was visiting from India at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? That's crazy. And then to see him do what he's doing now is awesome.
That's crazy small world shit. Yeah, I just like seen him on Twitter the other day, just jamming out. I'm like, you're fucking insane.
He did like piano lessons for a while.
That makes sense.
He was giving piano lessons. He was doing like tutorials and shit. I'm like, man, I don't know how you're gonna do a tutorial on how to sound like you, because you're impossible.
Yeah, because you're fucking freeform on it. Yeah,
you can't teach that stuff.
When we played the show, I'm like really I'm like lame when I play shows, for lack of a better.
What do you mean?
Like I just like play the show, and then I have my fun there, and then I just go to my hotel and pass out. Oh. Like that's like what I like to do. But like obviously best times of my life still in that context. But he did the after party and shit. It was in Portland. Great Dane was also on that bill. And
shout out Great Dane.
Yeah, shout out Great Dane. Yeah. But yeah, Woolly Mammoth went to the after party and shit at the time, Woolly Mammoth. And he DJ'd the after party too, and I guess he just played like a 4 or 5, so like this really fucking long jazz set. Like that's all it was. It's just jazz.
So sick.
Yeah, like people are like doing after party activities, and it's just jazz. And like him on CDJs too, I guess.
That's awesome, because he's like, after like studying what he does and stalking his shit all the time.
Yeah,
I realized that he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
What people think.
Yeah, like I think
it's awesome.
I think he's one of those guys that's like, they're just like, I just like music, and I'm just gonna shit out music however it falls. There's not really like a and that's like the purest form of it, really. It's
the purest form of improv, and that's why he likes jazz.
Straight up, makes a lot of sense. I fuck with a good amount of I'm not like crazy learning jazz. I don't even like.
Me neither.
Yeah, but
my mom is though. Shout out mom again.
Really? Yeah, your mom's a graphic designer, right?
She's an interior designer and fashion designer and architect.
That's what it was.
Yeah, she can do fucking anything, and she can draw like crazy.
Dude, bro, that like just shows like your style is like really, really like. It's not brutalist. That's not the word. It's tech. Like everything looks like tech, and like you know what I mean.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah, like it looks like uniform in the most wild style of way. It looks mechanical,
Yeah. So my obsession with that always came from my mom's technical drawings of like architecture shit. So she would do like floor plans, and they would go down to like the degree of the fucking like how much the door would open, or like it would go down to fucking just the weirdest of proportions, because like proportions in general is like the most trippy thing in the world, like especially for like human stuff.
Oh,
So
humans are dude.
it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like your hand is way bigger than you think it is.
Yeah,
When you draw it, everyone draws like tiny baby hands, but it's like literally pretty much half this, like almost as big as your forearm.
Yeah,
You have
like,
no idea.
no, straight up. Another one, the heads are always smaller than what people think off top.
We're over here making balloon heads, and they're just like pea brains.
Yep, that's like why cartoons look like cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah, when I started drawing, because I'm mids at drawing. I can do something that looks alright.
I'm not very good at drawing like human stuff, really.
I can draw hands. I can draw hands.
I can't draw a hand for my life, man.
I think it's because when I was in like, because that's like that's hard shit to draw, or everyone says that's like a really hard thing to draw. But when I was in like grade school and I'd be like doodling, it just always would be hands because I was like, yo, that shit's hard to draw. Like I'm gonna
get good.
Exactly. So I can draw hands super well, but like outside of that, like.
Hey man, that's all you need, bro.
Right.
Hands, man, fucking hands.
Flex that super tough. Like literally at any time I'm put on the spot, be like, fuck yeah, I can draw. Just draw.
Does anyone here know how to draw a hand? Yeah, you apparently in the back of the room. Yeah, you come over here.
That's it. That's all I got. I used to try to draw a lot of graffiti. That's like, I think that's also why I'm like super inspired by your shit. Because I used to try to draw a lot of graffiti, and I liked the technical looking wild style shit. But
yeah, so
couldn't do it.
That's
Well,
graffiti is literally like one of my main inspirations for shit that I've seen like everywhere, like especially in Europe and stuff. Their graffiti is just so fucking next level. In Switzerland, in France, in London, just artists that don't like. That's why I don't like making legible shit.
Yeah,
is because of those artists, and it's like at that point, it's not even. It's sure they're words and they say something, but it's beyond that. You know, it's like
1,000,000%.
Fucking, it's your own style.
Yeah.
And then having a signature style within your letters is like the hardest thing in the world. Like, what the fuck, man? You have your own language at that point.
Yeah, because at that point, like, you're just talking about abstract drawings. Like, that's not, or like abstract, like, illustrations. It's like not, like, yeah, like you're saying, there's words in there, but at a point in time that crosses the boundary of, like, this is literally just drawing, like, abstract, like, art.
Yeah, and then half the time, like, I've been doing, like, that crazy metal writing style recently, because I recently got a Cintiq, and that's literally changed my life.
Hell yeah.
It's so awesome. It's, like, the best purchase I've ever made in my
life.
life.
Is that why you got into modeling, too? Because you got the Cintiq?
The ZBrush modeling, dude, I went from being able to just barely make a sphere into making weird alien heads within a week. Just 1 week, just because I spent like 4 hours a day, or 5-6 hours a day maybe, for that whole week, just making endless sculpture models and refreshing and deleting. And I'm like, this looks like trash until I finally got, got like 3 things that did not look like trash.
Sick. You see, I saw EPROM get into ZBrush.
That's why I did it.
And it fucked me up, dude.
That's why I did it.
I was like, you're like one day and you just like modeled a T-Rex. Like, what?
Yeah, that was fucking rude of him. He didn't have to go that hard.
He did not have to snap that hard.
Also, he is one of the most talented 3D artists and producers I've ever come across in my entire life.
Yeah, he's like he's tops.
And then the shades fucking thing that he's doing with Alex.
Awesome. Fucking awesome.
You just spilled water in my face.
It happens.
But yeah, he does all of his own fucking visuals for Shades. I'm pretty sure as Shades, but he definitely does EPROM, obviously. But
that video for what the fuck?
Digital Mirage.
No, he did a music video like right before that set. Drone Warfare maybe.
That was the old one, right? It was like all 3D and it was all like wires and shit and it was all hooked up to.
It was a few scenes that what I'm thinking of. I don't remember if it was Drone Warfare, but
it might have been.
It was semi new, but it was of an older song, and the scenes were all like 3D scenes, and there were like some in the street, and they were all panning back. Awesome.
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name though.
Yeah, but that was the first piece that I saw from him. Where it was like, oh, you're like really doing this shit, like, because he's like obviously puts out pieces that are great, but it was like that's a full video and these are like full like CG scenes, like this is top notch octane render shit.
Yeah, no, a million things going on with reflections and like fog, like wild scattering shit. He's insane because I was working on Greg's G Jones's stuff for his Tangential Zones album, and he was like, "Yo, can you do like this 3D stuff? I want the light coming into like a church."
I had no
window.
idea that you had a hand in that. That's sick.
No, I did all of that, and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Holy
except
shit.
for which we'll come back to Ephraim's stuff in a sec, but so I had to do like Dark Artifact. I think it was that one where the light is like streaming in the window and it's all like fogged out. And it has like his logo that's coming out. It's like I had to learn how to. I crashed Octane like a million times figuring out how to use fog.
Yeah. Fogging Octane is unnecessarily hard in my opinion.
Especially for your fucking CPU and for your graphics card. It just does not like it.
It hates it. Yeah.
And then I realized I was doing everything at like 10,000 by 10,000. I was like, shit, everything needs to get smaller, and then it worked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But so I had to learn all that. I spent like weeks on tutorials on that stuff. And then Ephraim sent me fucking this crazy alphabet cloner thing. So it's G Jones's alphabet.
Yeah.
And they all act as pixels in like this massive grid array.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then you can feed in any black and white video, and the size, it's like a threshold kind of thing.
Whoa.
And then the size of the glyph, like if it's a hand, for tangential zones, it's the hand, right? And it's like all the glyphs, and it like will show you the outline of the hand because it's like coming out of it. So you can feed in. This is his Cinema 4D project file that he sent me.
Yeah.
Because
did he do it like the Python thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Espresso. Did he make like a?
I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but he used a cloner and a video feed, and there was like some other shit that I didn't even know. I just fed in like what I needed to, and I just barely learned just enough.
Yeah.
Just to make it work. And I was like, oh shit, he's really out here. He's been doing this for a minute.
Yeah, that's actually nuts. I never thought about like.
It's like procedural or something.
Yeah, that's definitely This is gonna get really nerdy, but like, was he using a map in the cloner, and you would feed in a video map?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes all right. No, I just.
Yeah, I don't remember the terminology because it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
But it was like you fed in the black and white. I guess it would be a video map of some sort, and then you could play it, and
and it would I see how you do that. That's a smart ass idea, especially if
super easy on CPU, instant rendering time because there's no like crazy fog or any lighting that you have to deal with.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. That's fucking smart, and that's just like funny to do that in Cinema 4D because you probably could do that in After Effects.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, but
just made it look super sick.
Yeah, it just looks dope.
And the fact is that, and then like the video rendering time was so fast, like if because it was a whole video of him like turning around the hand and stuff. The entire thing rendered under like a minute.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I had a 1070 at the time.
Nice.
And it was, dude, it literally was like, you could probably do that shit on a laptop.
Yeah. Damn, that's sick. What do you have right now under the hood?
2080 Super. We got the i7 9700K. It helps so much.
What is the 97? What's the core and the gigahertz? What's the speed?
I think it goes up to before overclocking it's like 3.8 gigahertz, and then you can overclock it all the way up to like 5 point something, 5.1, 5.2, or maybe 5. I can't remember.
Got you.
I don't really overclock very much because I don't really need to. I recently upgraded the motherboard to like the Asus Hero Maximus 10 or 11 or whatever it is. And it's so fucking sick because everything is Asus from the graphics card I got was just also the Asus version. Yeah. Asus motherboard, Asus graphics card, everything works so perfectly together, and then
nice.
It's just fast as fuck.
Nice.
And it was so due for an upgrade. I did that like this summer. Oh man.
Do you still have your 1070?
I do.
Throw it in that bitch. You got another 16?
Oh, facts. Yeah. I could just like use it for rendering, huh?
Yeah, because they literally just they don't do anything until Octane like says go do something.
Oh my god, facts.
Yeah, so like
why the fuck have I not been doing that?
I'm not gonna lie, you've been sleeping.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, like, no, I got...
I was like, I think I do definitely have it. It's in the box right next to my fucking desk.
Yeah, throw it in that shit. Yeah, I have a 2080 Ti and a 1080 Ti in there.
And obviously you don't want to SLI them because they're not identical, right?
Exactly, yeah. Well, like, the plan was, man, like, NVIDIA kind of got me fucked up, to be honest, because, like, that 2080 Ti, I bought it, like, a year ago, so it's, like, I've had some time to fuck with it, but, like, yeah, it was, like, $1,200 at the time, and I wanted to do NVLink. I wanted to buy another one, NVLink, and then the 3X cards drop, and it's weird, like, yeah, I'm gonna work faster, but it's set back my plans in a sense, because it's, like, if I get the opportunity to buy, like, a 3080 or a 3090, that's gonna be either, you know, what is it, like $700 or $1,500.
Yeah, it's not even the price anymore. It's just availability. Good luck trying to get one.
Yeah, availability is fucked, and so I'm not gonna buy another 2080 Ti and NVLink then, because it's like that's a 3090 at that point. Like that's pointless to do. But then, like, so if I want that NVLink, I have to essentially buy two 3080s or two 3090s.
Yeah, it's funny because people are always like, oh, you don't need to SLI or anything because it's not going to help with gaming. I was like, okay, that's fine, but I'm not gaming.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I am sure. I'm only ever going to use one for gaming anyway. That's only how it works.
Even like Octane, for instance, the only thing that SLI...
So you can like select which... Like, let's say you have like a 1070 as well as a 2080 in there, and then you could it'll just read it automatically and you just use it.
Yeah, no need for
anything. You just plug it back into your motherboard and call it a fucking day.
Yeah, like Octane is literally plug and play. Like
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it just sees it, and you can even like go in the settings and like I want to use that one for that, and yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
What have I been doing?
Sleeping.
Fuck. And it's been sitting there in the box for like fucking 6 months now.
Yeah, your Octane gonna speed the fuck up. That's for sure.
It needs to.
Yeah, right.
With the scenes I've been doing, the lighting, dude, because I've been setting up like these stupid lighting studios, where there's like 8 lights going on, but everything gets super even and weird, like Westworld future-y kind of vibes, but everything's super soft.
Tight.
Because like, you know how everything look like all the materials they've been using in Westworld for like the intro specifically, it's all like subsurface scattering.
Yeah.
So it all looks like weird fleshy skin things.
Yeah.
And it's really quite easy to set up in Octane, but
yeah, especially I don't know if you like, do you have like the newest Octane? Like, have you been keeping up with it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I have I haven't actually updated it in a while.
Not like not like a month ago, but like.
Oh yeah,
like 1.5 or something.
Yeah.
So like, or 2020.
I've just been like fucking around the node editor.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand how that shit works properly, because that's a bit of a task.
Bro, random walk is lickety split with the subsurface scattering. So there's like a random walk node. That's what it's called, is random walk.
Oh shit.
And that going into your like subsurface profile, quick as fuck.
Dude, I need to get better at materials though, for real.
Yeah, this podcast is getting really into like
nerd
language shit, but
yeah, you need to give me a rundown on materials.
I'm here for
because I do everything in like I can do basic shit, like basic materials and basic textures, and then I'll go into surface substance painter. And
Substance Painter is that shit, dude.
It's sick.
Yes,
it's fucking awesome.
100%. Yeah,
people have tuned out by this point, by the way.
Oh, they are completely gone.
There's 3 people that knows what Octane is. They're like, aha,
yeah,
my friends.
Yeah, no, I mean like that's the shit that I know with the, like that's the shit that like that's my bread and butter. Like texturing, like materials, all that, like rendering in general.
Like UV wrapping and shit.
Okay, yeah, so I've like fucked with that, but like
it's hard, man. I don't understand it.
There's a way easy way to cheat that, bro. Just like auto unwrap in Substance Painter and call it a fucking day.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It's on the update.
Oh, I have the newest.
Yeah, then you have auto unwrap. Cause UV unwrapping fucking sucks. It's not fun, and it's like an art form at that point. You know, there's not like a right way to do it. You're like, this is like fucking art. You know?
No, there's no right way at all. That's why school was annoying for me. But.
Right. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the fucking SLI thing, man.
Oh, dude,
that shit. It like, it's funny because it doesn't necessarily. The only thing it fixes with Octane is it ups your VRAM, but it's like I didn't think it mattered until I got into Unreal. And then every single fucking time I'm working, I was like, I really wish I had NVLink right now. Because I cap, like, Unreal uses an ungodly amount of VRAM, like, when you really start to crank it. And so
especially with the scenes you've been doing, no chance.
Oh, it's like, well, so that's the thing is I've like gotten to a point when I'm making that shit where I get to the bottleneck. Like, I get to the exact points where it's like, this will crash every single time. And then I pull back one thing. And then I'm right there. I'm like 99%.
It's so annoying that you have to compromise your creative ideas because of fucking gear.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm such a little gear nerd person, because
yeah.
everything needs to be newest and everything needs to be the fastest, so I can make the fastest and whatever is in my brain.
I mean, that's how you kill it, though. Like, that's kind of the thing, is like...
People say you don't really need gear as a means of, like, doing art, which I totally understand. You do not need gear. You do not need the best, newest thing. You don't need a fucking, like, the top-of-the-line laptop to do anything you want. But at a certain extent, when it comes to 3D shit, you kind of need all that shit.
I don't even think there's a debate on that, though. With, like, 3D shit, it's like, that's pretty black and white.
Well, that's why not many people can do it.
Yeah.
Or have the means to.
Oh, 100%.
Which is so annoying, because you know how much crazy art there would be if everyone could do 3D?
Honestly.
It'd be so sick.
Oh, there would be, like... That's kind of the thing a lot of people don't understand, especially because it's kind of, like, a newer scene, like the freeform, freelance 3D shit. Like, that really only, like, popped off, like, what, like 5 years ago? 10 years ago?
Yeah, probably like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
If it really...
Shout out to Chadwick. He had a lot to do with that, I would say.
Chadwick Mack?
Yeah, dude. That's
He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's a really good artist. I DM'd him... and I said collab ? And I gave him like the fucking like the eyes filled with water, like the crying eyes.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, collab?
He's sick. He's a fucking sweetheart. But yeah, that whole scene didn't really like, I think, start to really like exist or like become an ecosystem until like semi recently. So your average person will see like just honestly anything that looks passable, and they'll be like, holy shit, you made that, freaking out, like have no idea. But in reality, like pertaining to what you're saying, like I think there's like so many people that would like just in 1 year probably annihilate whatever the fuck I've done.
Oh, for real.
But it's just it's a means of opportunity, because it's
yeah, literally. And that's why, I don't know, man, 3D is such a funny little world, because like not everyone can do it, and not everyone like just literally can't do it because of the things that they have. Yeah. But man, you can literally create worlds.
Yeah, and
that's all I wanted to ever do.
You can learn that shit in like, I mean, that's really the fucking thing. It's like, yeah, I spend a lot of time on the computer, like whatever, practicing, studying, learning shit. But like, really, if you go OD, you can learn all that shit in like less than a year. Like, if you really like go OCD, like I'm gonna do every tutorial, like dailies and all that shit.
Yeah. My friend Cody, Somnium Sound. Yeah. Shout out Somnium Sound, by the way. Great guy.
Hell yeah.
Fucking got me. So I sent him. He wanted to get into Octane and 3D stuff, and he had the computer for it and stuff. So I was like, yeah, here's some tutorials just to get started. And then fast forward 3 months, and this motherfucker's made an audio-visual album. And
that's like what I'm saying.
And he's like, dude, oh, you need to get X particles, and now he's teaching me a bunch of shit. I'm like, bro, relax. Like, fuck, that's awesome, but like, god damn it. Now I need to go and like one up you, because now I need to learn how to do it. But it's like all friendly competition. I think that's the 100%. Best way to get better at shit.
That's like, I like that side of the scene, bro. There's like a lot of like rhetoric that's kind of like toxic positivity in the greater EDM sphere, where it's kind of, I'm like just being point blank and blunt about this shit because it's real. Where like people will be like, you know, like no, like zero criticism, never talk down, and I'm talking like even if it's like homies, like people will be like only positive vibes, like mad, like endlessly gassing each other up for no fucking reason. Like it's like a circle.
Like that's awesome. Positive vibes are great and all, and there's always a time and place for that. But when someone needs criticism and when someone needs help, or if someone is literally asking for it, don't be like, oh, you're so good. No, literally tell them what you're thinking, bro.
Straight up.
Feedback goes so much further.
Yeah, and like that's so. Yeah, I have like a few feelings on that shit. It's like that's why I like that community of like real fucking people in the industry, because they're the ones that always end up killing it the hardest. Yeah. The ones that are like, no, there's not like a emotional guys here, like ego. It's like we're just conveying and sharing information about this shit and how we feel about it as it is, like objectively. Like when I heard that, I felt this way, that kind of shit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So when me and my friend Max, he goes by Indifferent on Instagram. He's fucking incredibly talented, super sick. He comes from graffiti and stuff.
Nice.
So he's like one of my best friends, and if I ever need feedback, he's the motherfucker for it.
That's what's up.
He's like, first he'll tell me I'm shit, and then he'll tell me it's trash, and then he'll be like, okay, but I think you could do this. And I was like, okay, cool, awesome. But like, it's all friendly, obviously.
Yeah.
And if your friends don't tell you that you're shit, then they're not your friends.
Straight up. That's the way to be, man. I think it's like that. My personal flavor of that, because I don't like, this sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but like, I promise this makes sense. But yeah,
you've already lost me. No, I'm kidding.
Right. My way of doing that is, or like how I like to approach that is like so objectively, because I actually don't like giving criticism in the sense where I'm like, I would do that, I think you should do that, but like what I like in an unhinged sense, I'm perfectly fine with being like, I felt this way when I heard that.
Oh yeah.
Just so like,
which means more than criticism anyway. It's like, how did this make you feel? Did it make you uncomfortable? Okay, why? Exactly.
Like, yeah, I think like even when Marcus was here, he had like the song that I can't say a damn thing about, but like he had this song where there was a snare.
Oh, you were telling me about this, the snare.
Yeah.
When he was here.
Yeah.
Like, you need to change that fucking snare. That shit ass.
Well, I mean, I not even like that.
No.
Yeah, but in a sense, man, it's like, yeah, when I heard that, it sounded off. Like to me, it sounded off, and that's like how I convey that shit. Well,
and that probably helped him, and he was like, oh shit, you're right.
Oh, bro, he sent me 3 different versions of it after.
It's like, here's 8 different snares and 3 different songs.
Exactly. And honestly, all of them sounded to me better, subjectively, you know?
Well, yeah.
And I touched on that shit on the first podcast because that always comes up. But yeah, like, I just had this epiphany one day where I was, like, watching my homie, like, tear his hair out over, like, 5 different people coming at him about, like, what he should and shouldn't do with this, like, remix or whatever.
No, that's where the fine line is drawn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't fuck with like that though. Like I don't fuck with like where it's like you should do this for this reason and people come in with that input because it's like, well, now you're just fucking with where the art came from.
Yeah.
But to hear the first impression from the art you made, I think is so valuable.
Oh, for sure. I think that's why I'll like, especially when it comes, because I'm like super insecure with music because I'm not like the best.
Oh, you're great. You're great.
Shut up.
No, you're good.
I'm not talking about how great I am at music because I'm not. But
listen to Souls.
Anyway, so I mean, okay, like design is my main thing, right? It's just like that's what I do every single day. I hadn't produced in like months from like I think 2 days ago. And 2 days ago was like the first beat I made, and that was.
Shit is so sick though. I say that not even bullshitting you at all. I listen to a lot of like random shit on SoundCloud, like we all do, and like that shit goes so hard.
Thanks, man. I just try and the reason I started producing was because I heard Marcus. That's the reason I started producing, which is the weirdest shit. He's that dude.
Yeah,
he is that dude. And
it was 6 for me. That song 6 that he did.
Oh my god, great.
That was it. Yeah.
For me, I think it was shit. It was like, you know, the whole album or the string of songs. It was Luna with Nightboy.
Yeah, totally.
Super minimal, massive distorted Reese up the ass kind of vibe. Yeah, perfect. But yeah, when it comes to music, I'll send it to like 7 different people. I was like, okay, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Like mixing it, like I'll send it to my friends that are really good at mixing, or like send it to my friends that are like, well, now I'm gonna send you a bunch of shit and you're gonna have to dissect all of it.
Do it. I'm late with that. I'm gonna warn you every time. Because it takes, dude, like. Well,
I'm not saying that you have to mix. I'm just saying what advice you would give.
Yeah, no. I'm always late to listening. I mean, like I always. This is what I tell like close friends, everyone, but specifically friends. I will inevitably listen to your shit.
It just takes me a minute.
Oh, it takes me a minute. Always. Yeah, but anyway, continue.
Well, that's how I am too, because I was like, if someone asks me for feedback, I'll open that shit up, and then I'll look at it, and then I'll forget to reply or whatever, and it'll take me like a week, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, so this is what I think.
Because I like when I'm like I'm gonna listen to this, I really listen to it. Like I like
sit down, listen to it. You're like, okay,
they're coming out of these monitors. Like I set up, I like get in the listening position, and I'm like, all right, what
and
do
you
I
replay it like 7 times.
Yeah. And so like that's the thing is when I get those messages, I'm like, I'm not gonna do you disjustice and just play this on my headphones while I'm like fucking jogging. Like that doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your mix sounds like
trash. Like yeah, exactly.
Every kid backstage trying to get a deal.
Oh my, bro.
Dude, you want to listen to my beat?
I could write a book. Holy shit.
That's so fun. It's so funny though. It's like what else do you do? I guess give them a USB that they might or might not listen to, but it's a chance that you have to take.
The way that I look at that shit, and I don't know, the way that I've always looked at that shit is like I go into the show assuming that there is no scenario where they're going to like hear my music after. Besides my set.
Yeah, no, literally.
So it's like I'm not gonna give you a USB. I'm not gonna put my phone to your ear. Like I just assume they'll never hear my shit.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Cause it's like I think like the artist entrepreneur shit. It's like if they never hear your shit, that's on you. You got to get better. Like you have to get good enough where they're just going to find it or whatever.
I think my favorite story that Danny ever told me, he was I think this was a year before his Spell Jam EP came out, or I think it was Spell Jam. It was his first Black Label Never Say Die EP, the one that blew him up.
Yeah.
So it was the year before that, and he's at a show somewhere in the Bay, and it's like Schism is there.
Yeah.
And and fucking Danny gives him like I think it was a US like whispers or not like talks to him in his ear because like they're shouting at each other because it's backstage at a show, or it's like just off the side of backstage from a show,
just screaming
at each other, dude, you should fucking check out my music.
Yeah.
But like Danny isn't like that, you know, so he's kind of he'd just be like, okay, here's my USB, and then fast forward a year and they're signed. Like he releases one of his biggest EPs like of all time, pretty much.
That's so sick.
And Schism after that was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like I don't know if he remembered him or not, but like that's funny. Like I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, that's how you know, like that you're meant to do something, kind of sort of like manifest. I'm kind of a big believer in like manifesting and shit.
That's so funny. We were like joking about that on the first podcast. Not in like a
no, it's way. It's not like I will pray to the 17 gods that I will rise and become the biggest #1 marshmallow DJ of all time. Not that kind of
marshmallow DJ of all time.
Not like that kind of fucking manifesting. It's like if you want something to happen, eventually it's gonna happen if you really want it.
Facts. I got a few of those, man. Like that's the thing.
I mean, that's how I lived my life, and it worked out, sort of, kind of.
Exactly, man. Yeah, no, I think it's a real thing. I just say we brought that up. We were like clowning on that last one because it was like it inevitably always comes up, and it was like I don't remember what the joke was, but it was something like silly, like I manifest that Ian gets wasted or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like that.
No, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, well, that's actually inevitable.
Right, that's definitely gonna happen.
Man, where the fuck? No, he almost didn't get on his flight.
Yeah, oh man.
I can't believe he made it.
Well, yeah, that's like he woke up the next day like ready to go. Like he rallied like probably 2 hours before if you're talking like long-term frame, like because if he's partying until 4 a.m. it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So there's like a deadline.
Well, he was trashed at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like if he would have partied like maybe like 2 hours more, I think it would have just been done. But he rallied right when he needed to. He like showed up late as fuck, passed out, woke up, and
he actually made it back here?
Oh yeah.
Oh no way. That's how you know. He knew he had to get on that flight.
He knew it, yeah. It was like one of those just fucking like deadline things, and he's like, yeah.
He's like, shit, I kind of need to go back now and get some fucking stitches like an idiot.
You were here were you here when he was sending the creepy Snapchat videos?
Yeah. Oh my God, that was terrifying.
It was honestly terrifying. He's like,
Marcus was like genuinely concerned, called him. He's like, dude, are you good? He's like, yeah, bro, what are you doing? What are you talking about? And we're like, dude, we thought you were like trapped in some sort of closet and about to die.
It like literally looks like he's kidnapped, and he's like heavy breathing.
Chaos. I'm never leaving. And I was like 1:30 in the morning. I was like, whoa, bro, relax.
Yeah, he went hard. Oh my! Did you see though? They're coming back in like a month.
No way.
Yeah, I think you're in December for New Year's. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I know.
We out here. I'm always back home. Like my parents live in Thailand, so I was gonna go back. But I can't go anywhere because of coronavirus. And they're moving here next year. So, fucking, I'm here.
What's Thailand's thing with coronavirus right now? Are they closed borders?
No, they're good. They're having shows again, like in the next 2 weeks because they're good to go.
Well, I knew that, but like as far as people coming in,
yeah, it's a 2-week quarantine, I think.
Got you. Okay, got you. Yeah, because they're like one of the countries. They did that shit right. They were like on it quick as fuck, weren't they?
Yeah, they.
I think it was like 11 deaths, maybe even less.
It was like pretty much no one pretty much died. I mean, maybe 20 max.
Yeah.
But fucking the way they handled the situation with lockdowns and masks, and Asia's always been good with masks.
Right.
But having being that close to China, I'm surprised they didn't get hit harder. But
yeah.
And it's also funny because like Thailand's like main tourists are Chinese.
Oh,
and
really?
like they're coming from China, like in boats and planes and like it's huge, especially where my parents live in Phuket. It's like massive tourism.
I feel like whoever was governing their like approach on it just saw that shit and they're like, yeah, we're getting tourists from China. We need to immediately.
Well, yeah, they just closed down for like as long as they needed to, and now they're fine.
Yeah,
which we should have done.
Bro, that's a whole subject, and like, I mean,
I don't even want to get into all of that.
Yeah, you can speak on that as comfortably or as far as you're comfortable.
So much,
but like,
unpack.
Bro, yeah, dude, like, I fucking get furious with that shit, low key. I ain't even scared to speak on that, on like a lot of that shit on like a public forum, because like, fuck them, to be honest. Like, bro, we should have been wearing masks the minute that was,
for sure,
like,
100% agree. Yeah.
The whole fucking thing. I mean, like, there should be fucking like casual. I was at one of the things with Thailand before we started like temperature gunning people at.
It sounds so hard.
I know, right?
Dude, side note, someone made a temperature gun thing, but they put a holographic scope on it, and it looks like a gun, and it's so hard.
That goes hard. But yeah, like before we were doing that, they were like they did that like right out the gate, like and there was like sanitizing stations.
Yeah, and then there was like all the restaurants already had like. No seating, only not even outdoor. They were not even doing that.
Yeah.
Plexiglass everywhere for like cashiers and shit.
That's hard.
It took forever for like us to get there. Now 7-Eleven finally do it.
I know, dude. The resources on that shit are like Anyway, that's like speaking on the actual fucking like legislation is like that's long-winded full fucking conversation.
It's a different podcast.
Yeah, it's a different fucking podcast.
That's called we fucking. The government sucks.
Yeah.
Oh no! Now we're gonna get killed.
Yeah, dude.
We're bugged, right?
That's it, dude. Well, yeah, we're literally bugged.
Oh shit! Looking around for the mic that's in front of me.
Right. Yeah, man. I think, and also like controversial or not, dude. Like I feel like we should. If we're still getting as many cases as we are right now, just shut the fuck down for like 3 weeks at least, enough to like
just a month, man. Just an easy month.
Yeah, force everyone to
Everyone
quarantine.
in Texas is screaming right now.
Oh, I know. Facts. Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "What do you mean I can't drink beers with my homies at the river?"
Bro, it's
fuck you and your river, bro.
My thing, real shit, is like I want that. Like, my fucking job is to go play shows. My job is to fucking be the dude that y'all go fucking, that want to drink beers to and all that shit. No, yeah. And it's like, so obviously I want this shit. Obviously I want that shit. But the reality is I don't get that shit. You don't get that shit. If we don't just sit the fuck back.
And it's
like,
delaying the fact that shows and festivals are ever going to come back.
Exactly. It's like that hypocrisy of it. It's like y'all are diving in because you're so eager. But the reality is that eagerness is going to fucking hold the whole thing back in the first place.
Instant gratification.
It's fucked, dude. It's fucked. And that's capitalism. And the motherfucking government. No. Just fucking dive in on
this is now an anarchy episode, and we're only going to talk about how anarchy is the only way we can save everything.
This immediately got zeitgeist. Let's go. Like, no.
I'm going to write a manifesto tomorrow.
Holy shit. Nah, that's like, bro, that's like that whole phenomenon of all that. I'm outspoken about the shit that I know what I'm talking about with, you know? Yeah. But that being said, there's still people in my life that I ain't going to say a fucking word about that shit too, because like, I don't know, like my grandpa's like diving into like deep dives and weirdo shit right now. So I got too much love for him to even like open it up.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. It's about right timing and right place and right time for sure.
Straight up. Yeah, because I was talking with my sister about that, and I was like, you know, I understand the duality of this, but in my eyes, if the conversation never happens, then there's no disagreement.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like...
That low-key comes in handy, though, high-key.
Yeah.
I said low key and then high key, and I meant high key.
Yeah.
It's definitely that comes in handy. But yeah, I don't know, man. Just everything's so volatile right now that I don't even know what the fuck is good.
That's a good ass word for it. Volatile is on point for sure. I feel like
everyone's on edge too.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of those things where I'd be like watching back like in a few years, be like, I'm doing this music podcast, but shit is so crazy that we're talking about fucking, pandemic and government. And shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's just life right now. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of people making crazy art and more fucked up art, and I love fucked up art.
Facts. Same, dude.
My art's going more and more evil, and I'm so here for it.
Do it. Yeah, I'm here for it. That's fucking great. You were talking about before how a lot of it's inspired by Call of Duty and video games.
Oh yeah, well that's where it started. I don't think it's inspired by it anymore as much. I mean, I did an AC-130 post like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, which was hilarious. And it literally says, "Oh my God, fuck! He's got an AC-130 at the bottom." As like a quote, because that's just like when you see an AC-130 in Modern Warfare 2, you're like, "Oh shit!
Yeah,
we gotta back out. It's end game." So yeah, so what happened? I think it was 8th grade, middle school, and I started playing COD in 7th grade, which was Modern Warfare 2, and that was the best game ever. Quickscoping, fucking the greatest thing in the world. And I was like, okay, this is cool. So that year I was just playing, and I tried to just play as much as I possibly could. And then the next year, my friend was like, dude, you should, I just found a crack for Photoshop. I don't know if you're really interested. I know you like to draw. You want to try it out? And I was like,
nice.
Hell yeah, I want to try that out. So then I was like instantly hooked on it because I was looking at, there was a whole scene of designers in the Call of Duty scene. And they would make like YouTube banners, they'd make logos for people, they'd make
that's essentially
the intros. That's where I learned Cinema 4D for the first time.
That's like the OG like Shroud shit.
That's
where all that came.
Yeah. So it was that same era of gaming.
Yeah.
But I was so hyper specific focused on the Modern Warfare 2 aspect because obviously there's like a million games going around.
Yeah.
Like there and I was just like trying to get better at making shit like that. And I never accepted payments or anything. I was like, okay, for a logo, you have to find 2 accounts to sub to my YouTube channel because I require 2 subscribers for a logo. And then smart. For a banner, it was only like 3. And then for like anything more than 3, it's like, then you're just making bot accounts. But like, like that must be so annoying for people. It's like, okay, I got my 2 subscribers. Now you're going to get your logo. And then I used to like record all my shit and do speed arts.
Nice.
And I was just so bad.
But you started on like the 2D side of shit.
Oh yeah.
Like not going into rendering, but you started on illustration.
Well,
even if it was through Photoshop, like because it was logos, right?
It was first it was YouTube banners, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was just like laying it out. It was layout right at the gate, right at the fucking gate. And then into logos. And all I would do for logos, I wouldn't even use Illustrator. I'd use Photoshop.
Right.
I'd take a font and I'd rasterize the shit out of it, so it's all fucked up. And then I like just merge them all together. And I have the speed art still. Like I still have that video. I just found it the other day.
That's fucking dope, though.
And and I went through like so many of those. It was like looking obviously back at it because it's like almost a decade ago. It looks like shit. But
so like, how old were you at the time? You might have said, but I just.
Oh no, I didn't say. I don't remember. I was what's 8th grade?
8th grade, 12 maybe. 11,
yeah, maybe 13, 12, 13.
13, 12, 13.
Around there.
Bro, I wasn't doing shit. I mean, I was making, that's a lot. I was making videos on the computer, but like.
Oh yeah. So it's the same. It's the same era. That same little creative spurt.
Yeah.
That happened in that time with YouTube videos and shit.
Yeah.
Eventually happened. It's so funny because it was like such a specific realm that I was in.
Yeah.
It was a designer for COD and for COD shit like for just YouTube banners and shit and then I started getting into like those animated intros and shit. Like before your video would happen, like the logo would come and swivel around in 3D and optical flares and you got the smoke. Shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then I learned Cinema 4D. And R12, I think, or R11.
You were on it way before I was then.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
I had a fucking MacBook. Not a Pro, a MacBook.
Wow.
That shit barely ran anything.
Do they sell just Mac? It's just,
they do, yeah.
Or is it just Air?
No, they have a MacBook. It's just that it's like this tiny, super thin rose gold one.
Got you. Okay.
But yeah, it was like the old white one,
yeah,
13-inch.
Oh, I had one of those.
Yeah, there's
all day. Yeah.
And I was using like physical render, and it would just shit my computer into like oblivion. It was terrible.
You were rendering videos off of that?
Like 120 frame intros of a custom font that I made in Photoshop, and then put in like work paths, exported them for Cinema 4D, and then extruded them and added like caps and shit.
Even with fucking hardware render or whatever, like that at the time using that, or if you're going physical render, that's like a 2-day render, dude. Like that's like what the fuck?
I literally had to use the school computers because my shit was at home rendering for like 48 hours.
Wow.
And it was like it was literally like 150 frames at 24 FPS.
Oh man.
No, at 30 because I thought it was hard.
Yeah. That's funny. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then I stopped using Cinema 4D for 6 years. Because I don't know what I was doing anymore.
Yeah, I wish I would have learned Blender out the gate.
Dude, that's when my friend Max again. He just got a tower finally, and he'd been wanting to do 3D shit forever. I'm like, finally, he got a tower.
Nice.
And he's on Blender, and he's making some crazy shit.
Yeah, because A, it's free. B, they have with Blender they have everything.
I think it's with Cycles 3D now or whatever. Cycles is like their renderer. It's like their Octane kind of vibe. Yeah, so I don't know anything about Blender.
Yeah, Cycles is like closer to like physical render, but it can use your GPU because physical is all CPU. But yeah, you can get Octane in Blender though. It's just like C4D. Like
really?
You can just throw in plugins. But like what's sick about Blender is like everything that people make for C4D. So like X particles, like turbulence, FD, yada yada yada. There's an open source free Blender version of all of those things.
So like cloth dynamics and like wind and
out the gate. A lot of that shit is just built in, and it's all free, and it works just as good. It's like the same code as those things, but like someone just fucked with it like a little bit or made
ported it for Blender essentially.
Exactly. It's honestly like, dude, there's this weirdo stigma in the design community where people look at Blender like as if they're like working on like Element 3D or something like that. Oh
yeah, and it's like Photoshop Essentials.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's like not. It's fire.
No, yeah. Blender is like, fuck, man.
Some of my favorite artists use Blender.
100%.
And I was like, that's awesome, but I have to use 4 different softwares just to be able to model things.
Right,
Because like Cinema 4D modeling works. It's cool,
but
it's not very good. I use Fusion 360 for hard surface, and it's free.
Nice.
It's Autodesk.
That's like another thing too. Like Blender's got that shit built in. That's like why I wanted to go into Blender, because like even like soft modeling, they got that shit.
Yeah, but I think the UI scares me.
They made it a lot better in 2.8 though.
Oh really?
Because previous to that, it was like fucked.
Yeah, I think back when I tried using Blender like 4 years ago, that thing looked like a clusterfuck. So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, and it was all like OG. Like it was a weird layout where like the clicks just did different shit. Like it was just fucking weird.
Yeah, that's how. And then after using like 3 different 3D softwares now, like Fusion, ZBrush, Substance Painter, and Cinema 4D, I realized that a lot of the shortcuts, like panning around, translate like middle click, right click, left click, Alt, Shift, Control.
Speaking of that, I should definitely ask you. I'm sure like people want to know like the stock questions. Like what do you use? All together, like everything.
Okay, so all my layouts are done in Photoshop.
Right.
I do all my presentation decks, like all my PDFs and shit, like I'm presenting something for a client, so I'll lay everything out in InDesign.
No, I'm jealous of that. I haven't gone into that yet.
InDesign's awesome, dude. It's so easy to like lay shit out, like because you just create grids and margins and columns, and everything is perfect, and you can apply that to as many pages as you want. So, because I made a couple books before, and
I want to do one for my album,
and I did that all in InDesign, and like there's no other real way to do it. And you actually live like 5 blocks away that way from one of the best book printing places.
Are you serious?
Non-stop printers. Yeah, that's where I used to come all the time.
That's
And
like
they have like
so
the craziest paper. I'll show you the next time I come over.
How much do they cost per book?
Well, I had to go all out, and I spent like $500 on my book because all the paper's like hella thick, eggshell, like super crazy texture.
But like, is that for one copy?
Yeah. Oh shit. And that's before the binding, and then I got it bound. And that's just the pages, bro. And that was only like 100 pages.
Bro. That's gnarly.
They're definitely expensive, but if you're trying to mass produce books, then I have no idea.
I found some good shit on the internet. Anyway.
Yeah, so Photoshop, Illustrator, I do everything in, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Fonts, symbols, fucking custom type.
Everything OG.
Everything.
In Illustrator.
In Illustrator. And I just copy and then paste them into Photoshop as vector smart objects. And the cool thing is...
Do you make fonts? Like the font TTF files or whatever?
No, I don't. I've never made a single one of those. I want to.
Put you on, my homie.
I want to because I want to use glyphs and shit, but fuck, man.
My homie did it. He figured it out, or like he can do that.
Okay, well,
yeah, I can
go
ask
talk
him
to him.
that. Yeah,
because that it really is a bitch.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is intense.
Because it's a pipeline that you don't really like. No one says like this.
Yeah, you have to figure out.
Yeah.
How the A looks next to the B.
Yeah,
but then you have to go through every single letter and every relationship with every single letter. That's 26 times 26 times, or what it was like a factorial of 26 or whatever the fuck.
The exponential.
Actual mathematics. I do know a little bit.
Yeah, right. But like, yeah, because it's not one of those common things that everyone wants to do. So it's like hard to find resources to learn about that.
Yeah, my friend Jackson, who was like my boss, art director guy at MadDecent, he's a fucking genius. He's craziest font guy ever. Like just creates font files like it's a joke. He makes like 7 a year.
Wow.
Man's a psychopath, but it's awesome. And I love it.
He's so
really
sick.
Good at drawing, just all around one of my favorite designers. But anyway, yeah, so I do that, and then I'll do a lot of stuff in After Effects, but I'll export them as JPEGs because there's a lot of cool shit you can do with After Effects. Like I have some plugins from AE scripts, like Retro Dither and Deep Glow and all that good shit.
Deep Glow?
Mm-hmm. Deep Glow is like, it's like, in Octane you have like the bloom.
Dude, thank you. You just put me onto something I've been looking for a long time. Thank you.
What?
I've literally looked on that site for that. Like I want to do post-processing similar to Octane in After Effects.
Deep Glow
sucks. All right. Back.
Deep Glow. It's yeah, you have the fucking computer for it. It's no problem. It's super easy. And it looks good, dude. It doesn't look fake.
Does it do flares?
No, you're gonna have to use Red Giant for flares.
Always, yeah. You always
fucking Red Giant, man.
Yeah.
They have a whole optical flare pack, but that's not that expensive.
Yeah.
Or you could not pay for it.
I do some cheat shit. I do track mask for it and video files. And
yeah. I mean, I don't really I used to use flares a bunch. All my shit recently is getting so flat.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
2D wise.
Yeah.
That the only thing I'd ever use a flare for is like if I wanted an eye of like a crazy 3D thing that I did to like twinkle.
Yeah, dude, with Unreal though.
Dude, you've been telling me about Unreal. I need to get into it.
Bro, their built-in flare is so sick. And you can use a mask for it. Like you can make a dirt mask. So it's like, dude, it's so sick.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
So it'll look like there's shit on the lens and like it'll flare to that. It's fucking dope. No need
and it'll like flare around like the little dirt spots and
shit.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's like one of the coolest things, honestly. That shit blew my mind because I was like, wow, this would take me a really long time to composite in After Effects, and this looks like better than what I could do.
Shout out Unreal, man. I need to get into that. It looks like so much fun.
Fact. But yeah, anyway, continue, right?
I do a lot of Cinema 40 and Octane, as we've talked about. Substance Painter, ZBrush. Fusion 360 I'm really trying to get into because it's just vectors, but in 3D, and it's really fucking easy to make really, really complex hard surface modeling stuff, and it's really cool. That's how they make the guns, for example, in like Call of Duty.
Nice.
They model it in hard surface modeling shit. There's a bunch of tutorials on that. It's really easy to pick up.
Yeah.
And then fucking drawing,
that's what I need to do. Sorry to cut you off. That's what I need to do, dude. Fusion is what I need to get into because I'm way more into hard surface. I look at what like my friends. Do you know Plant Daddy?
Yeah. She's
at,
awesome.
Oh, she's
right?
so good. She's out in Seattle.
Yeah.
She's so fucking good.
Yeah, no, I follow her. I've been following her for a while. She's insane. All organic stuff or like organic modeling.
And
that's
it's
really
from
cool.
Scratch. It's like just
really.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I have to unfollow her now. It's too hard.
It's very intimidating, honestly, because it's like you're like with your shit too with the fonts. It's like that is I can't even wrap my mind around it. But
It's okay, man. I can't wrap my mind around it either.
She's fucking super incredible, but the thing is, aesthetically, I don't want to like dive in and learn this stuff because I'm like that only applies to like 1 in 5 scenes that I do.
Yeah, so I think anyway your aesthetic is like super mechanical and technical, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, Fusion 360 from Autodesk, it's literally free, and everything, and you export as OBJ.
Sick.
Or FTL or whatever, FBX, sorry.
Yeah, FBX, yeah.
And then it's MTL, but MTL is material.
STL.
STL.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That was probably a really loud snap for the mic. My bad.
It's whatever. I have like 3 limiters on here.
Oh, you're fine then.
Yeah. It's yeah.
But yeah, dude, fucking Fusion 360. So what you do is like you have a pen tool.
Yeah.
And you have a 2D plane.
Yep.
Right? And let's say you can make that as complicated as you want, and everything is measured out because the software is built for mechanical engineers.
Oh, gotcha.
And it sounds intimidating, but it's so not, because it's like you just have a grid and you're like, okay, I want to do it like this. I want a perfect circle over here and then a perfect 45-degree angle. And then you're done and you press OK. And then the second you press OK, it goes from 2D and it'll spin to 3D. And then you just have to hit the arrow for extrude and you just extrude it. And then you can get any edge to bevel as exactly whatever millimeter you want it to. It's fucking incredible. Everything's to scale.
That's so fucking sick. I'm actually gonna get right into that.
Dude, do it tonight. I got lost in it for like
sick.
hours and hours, just making the most complex shit just because I can add to things so easy.
Yeah, because I want to do what Daytoner does.
Mm-hmm.
He did the pleasure model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to make that shit so bad. I'm like obsessed with it.
Yeah, and
that's really where, dude. I think when you get better with Fusion, that's where you're gonna fucking snap, dude.
Well, because then I'm gonna take it from Fusion and then go into Substance Painter, and then anything that I've designed, I can put like text on next to wherever the fuck I want to put text, and then instead of designing a poster, I can design products.
That's why
that is coming soon.
Right, like that's why you're gonna be that dude with that, because it's like if you implement those like the layout techniques and the concepts that you do on 2D into like mechanics, it's gonna be, oh my god, that'll be like
it's
insane.
So much fun. You should follow this guy. His name is Mother, MOTH3R.
Yeah. Oh, this guy.
This guy's hard surface god.
He looks like he's so by the books. Like, this is the motherfucker that you really hire if you want to like design a gun.
Yeah. Instead of hiring a hitman to kill someone, you hire the tool.
Yeah, right.
Mother with a 3. What a fucking god. This guy's insane, dude. He literally makes some of my favorite shit, and I will forever.
The phone just died.
Nice. I'm obsessed. He's insane.
Yeah.
And no one follows him because no one knows about him.
There's a guy. Mike, I can't hear me at all. There's a guy. I think his name is Alex Senthal or something like that. Yeah, I literally can't even off top remember his name. But that dude, I follow that dude. If anyone on YouTube wants to deep dive and look through people who I'm following, Alex Senthal, something with an S, insane modeling. Like,
oh, okay, like hard surface.
Yeah, hard surface. It's all like armor. Like he models like characters and like crazy.
Another
crazy,
one
crazy.
that you have you heard of Ash Thorpe?
Ash Thorpe? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy 3D guy. Also does 2D stuff. Really good at drawing. Really just all around insane.
Yeah.
One of the people that worked on Ghost in the Shell, the movie, designed a full skeleton, all the way down to the vertebrae, to the fingernails, to Vitaly.
I saw that.
Vitaly Bergerov or something. He's a god. He's like 18 graphics cards in his room.
Right, really?
He has one with 4, and then he has like 7 other PCs, or not even PCs, just like a rack.
Rack mounts, yeah.
And he just fucking renders like an insane Fusion,
Bruh.
ZBrush, Octane. Oh no, I think he uses Keyshot.
Keyshot. Yeah. So that dude I follow.
That guy's insane.
The Vitali dude. I think
he does kit bashes too.
Oh really? Yeah, that makes sense actually. I think I saw his stuff because he I think I started following him because I saw that Ghost in the Shell shit.
Yeah.
On like fucking like ArtStation or something.
Yeah. You should check out his website because he has all these frames from the entire process of him making it and stuff. It's the most insane shit in the world. And he's the reason I will forever be a shitty artist because he is a god. I've never seen someone like that.
Yeah, like that, and that's the thing, like, touching back on what I was talking about earlier in this shit, that's the thing that, like, people don't really, like, get when they look from a distance, from, like, your average viewer's standpoint. Like, they'll see my shit, they'll see, like, I mean, I don't know, like, they'll see, like, a lot of my friends' shit, that kind of stuff, and, like...
Well, yours is insane. No one knows what's coming from him, but it's fucked up.
But
this whole thing that you've been working on that I can't talk about is insane.
It's mids, to be honest.
It's not mids.
Compared to like those.
You made a movie.
Yeah, but like compared to those dudes that we're talking about, that's the thing. Is like,
yeah,
it was fun to make, and it's definitely the hardest I've worked on anything. But even when you compare the two, it's like, yeah, that's like.
See, this is where the fine line between comparing yourself and getting yourself down about something that's like, oh my god, he's in a fucking different realm, but you also have no idea how long or what he's been doing for, like, I think he's like 40 something, man.
But
like,
that's indicative to my point is like, I think my main thing is like this, like, I think I'm good for where I'm at. I think I'm good at what I do, and I can make the art I want to. Thank you. I appreciate that. With music, I'm like, fuck yeah, dog, I kill it.
Hell yeah.
But with visuals especially, it's not like that. But like to the average viewer, they'd be like, they bug out, but it's like, really in this scene, in this realm, in this niche, those dudes that have actually been doing it for decades, that's a different tier. Like, I'm not good for compared to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, thank you guys for fucking with my shit, but these guys, they work on blockbuster movies and Transformers. These guys are the ones that are the real gods.
Yeah, no, because it's new enough to where people are like, I can't believe you made that. It's like, well, real people like myself made Transformers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, actual humans. It wasn't like an AI machine that is like ungodly made Transformers. It's like skilled people made that shit.
Someone went and I think it was in whatever Transformers, but Skrillex and Moody Good did all those.
He did two, I think.
Oh, they did two?
The second one, yeah, if I remember right.
And I remember I was talking to Eddie Moody Good, and I was like, dude, where'd you go? You like, remember he went on that like hiatus for like 3 years, and he's like one of my favorite producers of all time. Like,
he's actually my favorite bass music producer.
He's a fucking god, dude.
Yeah, that's like, to me, that's like
that is the pinnacle. That is some shit that I'll never ever reach.
And my bar specifically is Music to Go Fuck Yourself too.
That album, bro. I've played that shit. Like, that is the most experimental piece of shit fuck you album. That is the best thing that's ever graced my ears ever.
That's actually a lot of the reason that if you listen to my shit like 2016 Levitate,
it's all like similar.
No. It's like electronic hip hop at that time.
Oh, nice.
And then you can like mark it. It's like, oh, Music to Go Fuck Yourself dropped, and then everything gets more technical after.
Oh, absolutely, because he's the producer's producer.
Yeah, because I was so leveled by that. I was like, I can't even believe that you made, like, this is incredible.
And his flow.
Yeah, and I just got obsessed with it.
Yeah, I'm still obsessed. I listen to that album maybe once every week. At least maybe once every 2 weeks, because it just comes on shuffle, and then I'm like, oh, this one song came on shuffle. Now I have to go and listen to the whole fucking album again. God damn it!
Yeah, it's like it's like an hour-long continuous song.
Yeah, and half the song is like a minute.
Yeah,
and it's like fucking sick.
Yeah, I like shamelessly ripped him off one time, like back when I had this old manager and whatnot, and we were just trying to like keep songs flowing, and really I remade it to the best I could, one of his tunes. And my manager was like, yo, you should drop this shit. And I was like, I wasn't really planning on that, but I guess I could. Mm-hmm. And I dropped it, and like, I think, and like, after the fact, I got all these comments naturally, as I should, of like, yo, you're just ripping off Moody Good, and all this shit. And I think it was just like maybe 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, when I went independent, I just pulled it from shit. because I was like, I can't. If I meet the dude, I'm like literally gonna be like my bad dude. Dumb shit, you know.
So that's a huge thing in design too. So it's like a bunch of my inspirations, and obviously David Rudnick is one of the biggest fucking inspirations to everyone, and that's the reason this style of graphic art exists pretty much, is him, and that like just that whole movement. And then now it's being abused and reused and shit into like really shitty album covers, and whatever's happening right now is super huge influx of graphic designers and stuff. But him, if like I had a couple posts that I had to take down because I was like, wow, this is like back maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I left it up for way too long because holy shit, this is like a direct rip. And like I've been there, and it sucks that I had to take it down and all, but like then you're just pissing him off pretty much.
Right. Yeah. Like,
and I could never, if I ever met him, I could be like, hi.
Yeah.
I ripped your shit.
Yeah, man. Like I played a show with not like I wasn't like standing next to Moody Good, but you know what I mean. I was on the same lineup as Moody Good.
Yeah.
As this thing, and I was like, man, I'm like the biggest fan of this dude, but like I'm literally
can't say shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk up and say what's up because I like honestly like felt like I don't know. I was like, it's not the time, man. Like if two people. Or like if say like my agent at the time was like, oh, you should meet this dude, you know, like Connor loves your shit. Then it's like, bet, like what's up? But like as much as I wanted to like just be like literally like, yo, dude, I'm like a huge fan. I was like, man, I just feel like not even I can't assume that he like ever heard the song. If he did, fuck. But on the side, it's just still like subconsciously, it's like I don't know, man. I just like I ripped you off so bad and actually like got plays off that. I just would prefer to I don't know.
No, I feel that, but I think that as an artist, at a certain level, it just happens and you just move on. It's like you were learning, it's fine, no worries. You know?
Yeah. I mean, point blank, it was the Super Tweaker song, I think it's called. That's like
Tipsy Shaker.
Wait, is that what it is?
I think so. Oh no! It was Tweaker's Revenge or something.
Yeah. That I ripped that shit off.
That's a great song. That's
so
one of the best songs. One of my favorite is
it's basic. It's just a stab, and it just like is like
just goes.
Unquantized. It's just a crazy groove.
Bop. Everything off the grid.
Yeah,
that's so why. Ominous is one of my favorite producers right now. I know it's like super rhythm stuff, but like at the same time, Ominous is one of those producers that took the idea of, you know, that like off time trap beat shit, because he used to make that shit too, or not used to, but he like sometimes like his song Frosty Witch Nips is awesome because it's all like that weird kind of like hip hop flow with off quantized rhythm stabs, kind of sort of, you know.
Yeah, nice.
And that's why he's one of my favorite producers.
I feel like that's the way to do it. Andrew,
yo,
can I hit your vape thing?
Yeah.
Also, say what's up to the people. I don't know if this is gonna become really apparent on the podcast, but Andy is my roommate.
What's up, people?
Nah, he actually does not live here. He lives in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He lives in the bathroom. He writes metal from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Acoustics in there slap.
Yeah. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta scream where you gotta scream.
Yeah. Honestly.
It's the natural tone of the room.
Yeah.
That gives you your signature style.
I mean, all jokes aside, I set up a booth in the fucking closet, so.
Oh, hell yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta
That
do.
is a booth. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what structurally speaking, what's the difference?
Yeah.
You know?
It's a hole. In
More
a wall,
foam.
so more foam.
Yeah. It's
That's
probably
it.
the difference.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
By the way.
You're feeding into his nicotine addiction. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a real problem.
It is actually a real problem.
But yeah, I don't know. Moody Good is one of my favorite producers ever.
Insane. Like,
He has been forever.
so fucking good. I mean, like, there's
Legend.
a lot of those guys too, like Noisia. You know,
Oh, yeah,
you can talk about Noisia.
And
Those guys.
Former is one of my favorites.
Former
is just an all around god.
Dude, I mean, if we're talking about AV shit right now.
Yeah,
holy
he's
fuck,
my
dude.
favorite actually right now.
Yeah, dude, because with Former, the thing that gets me is it's not It's not like I look at Former as one of those dudes where I'm like, wow, that's an insane technique. Like, you've done all this crazy shit. He does do that. That looks insane, but it's the aesthetic is 100% every time.
Oh yeah, it's not like, oh, this one's kind of off looking, kind of weird looking, and it's not even like technically incredibly impressive.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It is to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't do that.
Yeah, because he does model like crazy shit as well.
Proportions unreasonable. His materials are so simple.
Yeah.
Like, I love the white on white. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh my dude, with the
white on white everything.
Yeah, with the
gray on gray.
What was that project called? Fucking where he's holding like the beehive.
I think it was
thing.
Tunnel Wizard. No,
that was
the other one.
It was that other EP. I can't even remember right now. But yeah, that honestly is so sick. Fucking dude is a legend for what he does.
He's an asshole.
What's funny is if I recall correctly, I might be totally wrong here, but I think I like hit him up on SoundCloud when I first heard his stuff, and I was like, "Yo, dude, love your shit. What's going on?"
Whitefield.
There we go. Yeah, I like hit him up like way back in the day. I was like, "Love your shit. What's going on, man?" Just like opening up, just saying what's up. I think you got back to me. Maybe was like, "Oh, word." Like, hey, you know, it was like one of those. And then, like, I forgot that I did that.
Uh-oh.
And SoundCloud's, like, sus-ass messaging system.
Worst shit ever.
Oh, it's so bad, yeah.
I don't even use it. You don't even check it. It doesn't want you to check it.
Straight up. And I forgot I did that, and, like, a year and a half later, I, like, hit him. I was like, yo, what's up? Love your shit. Like, right out the gate, like, reintroduce myself. And I was like, fucking, that's embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
He's like, actually, we talked last year and you ghosted me, asshole.
I don't. It might have low key been that. I don't even.
That's
remember.
so funny.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he is incredible. I think like Feed Me was like on that shit really early too. It's like, Dead Mouse was doing the AV shit right out the gate. He was like C4D, and then it was like Feed Me was the other on the bass music side. That was like one of the early dudes doing that. And, like, what's funny about the Feed Me thing, though, is if you're, like, a fan of Feed Me, you don't inherently know that's what's going on.
No, literally.
Yeah.
And Feed Me's been around forever, too. Like, old UKF, even before that. You know, it's like, been listening to that shit forever. Which is a whole another conversation. We're going throwback.
For real. Shout out UKF. Omar.
Shout out UKF, bro.
Omar just got a ton of shit on UKF.
Really?
Yeah, Kumarian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but.
I don't remember if I told you that. Yeah, he was my roommate in Seattle before.
Oh yeah, you were saying that at dinner. Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, he's the shit.
That's so sick.
He's the shit, man. Like, we just watched him fucking glow up, dude.
It's awesome. I love it when that happens because then you get to you just get to see someone go from 0 to 100 real fast, and you're just like, oh shit, hell yeah, go fucking. Nothing makes me more stoked than watching my friends go like crazy.
Straight up, dude, and I knew it out the gate. Like he had like one release, like he had like one dubstep song from like a local label or something like that, and I knew it out the gate. I was like, dude, I can hear the shit you're working on. Like, you're gonna fucking do crazy shit.
Yeah. Like,
as long as you just do it, like go out. Like,
as long as you just keep going, because the biggest thing is that people will like do shit and it sound great, but then they don't have any self-confidence in themselves, and then they will never release anything, which is obvious. Like, I've been guilty of that. Everyone's been guilty of that. Yeah. But I realized that if you just start uploading your shit, like shit that you're semi-proud of, not something that you hate, which is fine, you don't have to upload those, but that you're kind of proud of, someone's going to hear it somewhere, and then it's going to create an opportunity somewhere, you know? That's the only reason I have an Instagram today, is because I only wanted to upload shit that I made on my computer. And if you look at my Instagram, I think there's one thing on my profile that's a client work. Everything else is personal.
Nice. That's fucking sick.
I use it as an outlet to just make random shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, but like what's so good about that, and I think that's why people are so inclined. I have no idea what's going on.
Dude, outside's fucking nuts right now.
This street is funny, man, because it's so personally local. Like, there's always people.
Everyone's like 3 feet away from your brain.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, I think that's why people are so inclined to like dive into your shit, because you can see it. You're like so first impression. It's like, wow, this dude looks like he's producing an entire company's worth of work, and then you get to know you and why you're uploading it, and it's like, that's just this guy though. Like that's like
that's funny that you bring that up actually, because every time I get like emails from someone that they want to work with, they're like, so is there like 3 of you, or is it like a team or a studio? And I'm like, nah, bro, it's just me.
It's just, like it's just, and that's like
me overworking myself.
And that's you personally too. Like those are personal projects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's like I think I like started following because I saw the Billie Eilish one.
Oh, that one was probably my like second most ripped thing ever.
I'm not even surprised, but it was like
I love that poster.
It was because at first I was like, oh dude, this dude's working with Billie Eilish, and then I noticed like a lot of them are like fan pieces.
Yeah, because I used to write if it was a fan piece, I would write in the description fan art.
Yeah.
Or like it was inspired by Billie Eilish or like whatever, and I'll tag them like, oh, you want to make, maybe they'll see it, and they never do, but but that's how I got the job with Danny.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's what inclined me to like start actually following your shit, not just hit the button, but follow your shit, because it was like, oh, this dude's just making these out of passion. Like, that's sick.
Well, that's what Marcus was talking about earlier. He's like, I'm only in it for doing it for fun, and if it's not fun anymore, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And the second you stop having fun with it, then that's the second you're losing completely.
Yes.
So, I was never in it like for the money or whatever, but it's not like I'm making any money. But
I mean, but like the bills are paid. I think
no, the bills are fine. That's all that matters, and I keep myself afloat. But the thing is, it's like money or not, I don't really care as long as I can make shit, and that's the only way I can like keep sane.
That's what, me, like, on, like, a personal level, like, not even on the podcast or anything. That's what me and Marcus were talking a lot about for a few days, because it was like, things get weird every single time that, like, people start doing things for money and start making actions towards money, and you see it. Yeah. And then it's like, well, if you kind of, like, look around you, for me personally, it's like all my favorite artists just do this to do it.
Literally. And money was never part of the question. It just came, you know, it was just something that just happened. Yeah. And like, that's why you can tell Marcus's music, he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Like, one song will sound completely different from another, and he had equally as fun making like all of it.
Straight up, or a song will just like literally have a full sample of another song.
Exactly. And it's like, oh, I didn't monetize this one. It's like, because it has a sample in it, so I can't monetize it. It's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
The song's sick.
Exactly. He's like, I made it. I had fun making it. That's like the best. And I think like every single time that you have someone that gives a shit like that and wants to have fun like that, it's like the coolest shit is made every time.
No, for real. And that's why whenever Marcus collabs with someone, it sounds like insane. Yeah. Because it's two people that don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Making the craziest shit because they just had the most fun.
I mean, that was like the reason like our shit came out like that, because he was sleeping on my couch for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the most Marcus shit too.
Yeah, he was like on my couch for like a few weeks, and like we didn't dive into it. It was like later in his stay, and it was like I'm fucking.
Was this the remix that he did for you?
No, not even. We have this song called Vice that's like.
Oh yeah. No, I was just listening to that yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Because I do that with his fucking shit like once a week. I'll just listen to everything.
I have artists exactly like that. I started to do that with your shit last night. I don't know if you noticed that, but like half of your, I think.
Oh, I'm like never logged into my own account. I log in to upload and then I close it. I log out and I close it. Because I always upload on incognito tags. I don't want to fucking log out of my regular SoundCloud, which I do repost on when I just listen to shit.
Yeah.
So I don't even check.
That's what, I think I made it like maybe like 5 or 10 songs deep or something.
Yeah, you can tell that my spotlight is like the stuff that I like actually enjoy and that's actually made well, and everything else sucks.
There's like a few songs that like I feel like they were like, and I'm not saying this as like a criticism thing, but I feel like you literally half finished them because they end like it's like a minute.
That's my philosophy on making music, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love just making random beats that are unfinished. And if I'm bored with it, I'll upload it.
I fuck with that.
That's all I do. And then my whole vibe was... Sorry to cut you off, but my whole vibe was to make a mixtape that's called Archives. And it's just numbered the original file names. And the original file names are really fucked up. Some of them was like, fuck, this one sucks.als. Or like, more trash, this snare kind of slaps though.als. And it's like, and it's just all of those. And I feel like if I make a compilation of like 20 of them... That'd just be funny. Yeah. And I don't care if people listen. It's just something I want to do.
I fuck with that. I like that a lot. But yeah, that's like how me and Marcus's shit came about. We were like if you listen to that song and you listen to any of my other stuff, it's like it doesn't sound like that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's because we both like Bloghouse and we both like indie electro, like that. You know, that early 2000s like shiny toy guns type shit.
Yeah.
We both like that shit, and so I don't know. Like when we were making that, I was like, Marcus, I want you to do some shit that's like that, and he'd be like, fuck yeah, I love that sound, and we're like, all right,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just out of like a mutual passion shit, because that kind of stuff, like
that's how the best things come about, though. It's like,
exactly,
we're both stoked on something, and let's go make something sick.
Exactly,
paying tribute, honestly, back to them.
Straight up, that's what it was. When it comes to like collaborations, especially, I definitely don't like look at if it comes from like a friendship. I like never look at it like, yo, good thing I'm homies with this dude, so we can like slide a collab together. That never like crosses my, you know
literally,
I mean?
It's like you're not collabing. People do that a lot, you know. People like collab to like if someone's massive, they'll get their name on the map, which technically is smart, and I get it for like people's careers and stuff.
Yeah.
But then you lose the personal collaboration. So you can always tell when friends make something, or you can tell when something's a business deal.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious, and I love to see it.
Facts. Yeah, definitely, and that's I think like why I don't collaborate that much. But I know a lot of motherfuckers in the industry, you know.
Yeah.
But, like I don't do them because it's like I just prefer to know these people, you know. It's not it's not a thing like that.
It's like the reason I like making friends with people that are like really, really, really good at their craft is because then then I get to learn so much from them.
I mean, that's like the thing is like you just get to like that. I don't know. Yeah, when you know an artist and you know their music, it's like you understand the music at that point. Like especially with like when I met East Coast and like
he's a legend. I love that guy.
He's fucking awesome. He's fucking awesome. But when you meet Ryan and like start bullshitting with him, it's like to know that like shithead made that music makes the music so much better.
Well, I don't know him personally, but we've like it was a Brownies and Lemonade show, and it was like a bunch of secret guests. Yeah. East Coast was one of them.
Hell
Great Dane was one of them, and like Jewels.
Yeah.
One of my favorite producers of all time.
Hell yeah.
Fucking all three of some of my favorite artists, and I was there with a camera.
Yeah.
I went like 2 hours early.
By the way, I don't mean to call Ryan a shithead. You're a wonderful person.
Ryan, you're trash. I don't know you, but you suck apparently.
Nah, it's great.
But fucking yeah, so I went like 2 hours early. I needed to secure my main rail spot in the middle, not to dance, but because I brought my camera with me, and I wanted to I just took photos of everyone.
Yeah.
And just so I could like, talk to them.
Yeah.
So I send them DMs and maybe they would follow me.
Yeah.
And then we would develop a relationship, and I did that with Great Dane. And I sent him those, and he ended up posting those photos.
Sick.
And I was like, dude, what? Great Dane just posted my photo.
Sick.
Best day of my life. And I was like, yeah, that's just me, front row with the camera, just barely, like everyone's drunk as shit around me, and I'm just like I used to want to be a photographer, so I was like, I just want to become an EDM photographer.
Do you still shoot?
I actually I've been shooting film, and
nice.
I just got my 3 rolls of film developed like 2 days ago, and it all came back to me yesterday. Some of the best photos I've ever taken. I'm so excited about them.
That's so sick. I have a film camera here. I just haven't
I have one right here. I think it's right here.
Nice.
Oh
shit! That totally reminds me. Fuck! I was supposed to get the picture for this podcast before we started because it's dark out now. There's the picture. Like there's a spot for it.
Oh no!
Fuck!
I could come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, because if you want to come back tomorrow, just literally.
Oh
for
wait,
like 10
tomorrow's.
minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm swinging through. I have to go up north anyway.
Bet. Okay, that's perfect. Just literally 10 minutes. Just like not even.
Nah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, totally fun.
Enough where I can park on the side of the road and put my hazards on.
Honestly,
cool.
Yeah. Cool. Honestly, yeah.
Because your parking situation here sucks.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so you shoot with that. What is that?
This is just a little Nikon point and shoot. There's no like focus ring. There's no aperture. You can't change shit.
Nice.
35mm 2.8.
Nice.
And you just go pop, and you're good to go.
That's it.
And it's the best thing ever. And you load your film in the back. And the photos that have come from it are some of the fucking sickest photos, dude. They're so raw, but they're like the grain is perfect. And I figured out that like the film that I like using is the Cinefilm or Cinestill 800T, which is like everything's super blue and not that blue, but like cooler tones for darker environments. And then you put the flash on, it's the craziest looking shit.
Nice.
So good.
I mean, the fact alone that you have a preferred taste in that medium.
I only figured that out because my friend Olivia told me about it, and she's like, dude, you will love this film. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess it's a little expensive, but okay. And I got it, and I'm like, okay, now I need 700 rolls of this.
Let's go.
Best thing in the world.
That's tight. That's tight.
I just wish I could take it to shows because you don't need insurance on a thing that's $100.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to, though.
No, I am. I will be able to, but I just can't because there's no shows.
Because there's no shows.
But yeah, just imagine like massive crowd shots on film and shit.
Oh, it'd be the best. It'd be the best. All right, so we're at about 2 hours. We're at about
What?
2 hours. Yeah, bro.
I guess I could talk forever.
No, I mean, it's fun as fuck, man. I think I found in the first one, like, I think our first one was like 2 hours.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah. And
I was watching it earlier today.
Yeah, like, you don't even realize, to be perfectly honest, because it's just bullshitting. That's why I did this.
It's just two stupid people in one fucking room talking about nonsense.
Honestly.
You shouldn't listen to any of us. We're trash.
Just rambling.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, thanks for having me. This is sick.
Yeah, totally. Do you? What are you working on right now? You want to tell the people about anything? All like with 300
actually,
people.
I feel like I'm on Hot Ones. That camera, that camera, that camera. Tell the world.
Camera.
Tell the world what you're working on. I got that Ghost Hardware drop coming in December 4th.
Yo, yeah.
New hoodies, new tees, and something else. But I haven't teased that yet, really.
That's gonna be sick.
But everything comes with stickers. Nice. And that's gonna be fun. What else? Fucking another drop probably in January, February of some sort because I just really want to do this clothing thing.
Nice.
Custom packaging and everything's gonna look crazy.
Shit, like that was a whole subject.
No, we can't talk about none of that yet.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's I want to try to keep that like super low key until like I can really introduce everything 2021.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, February 2021 is gonna be like a massive collection of some sort.
Nice. Yo, that's gonna be huge.
Let's hope. It's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, smoke weed, everyone.
Smoke weed every day. If
My mom's gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
If you guys want to find Safehaven, his on Instagram is @SafehavenHQ. Do you do the website thing?
Yeah. So safehavenhq.com for my regular shit.
Oh yeah, Safehaven _HQ. For
dude, I'm working
Instagram.
on trying to get @Safehaven on Instagram, and that would be hard.
Yeah, I want Levitate, but I don't think it'll.
That's hard. No, it's low key impossible.
Yeah,
the person that has it is just some like weird private account.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then stay tuned for that Ghost Hardware trash shit that you can wear.
Yes, trash that you can wear. What's your Twitter and
@Safehaven _HQ because that was just a nightmare.
And I don't think anyone. Those are like
Twitter.
the main ones. Do you have a Facebook that you want to plug?
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Don't look at my Facebook. It's all high school photos of me being stupid. Yeah, so don't do that.
I did Facebook.
I need to delete that, to be honest.
I got that.
But yeah, I want to start doing like video shit too.
Tight.
I don't know, behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, if you ever want.
We'll need help. That's why I'm bringing it up. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got you. Yeah. Anything you want insight on, just holler at me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm gonna wrap it on that.
Later, nerds.
Yeah, later, nerds. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this podcast, I gotta start doing like the podcaster thing or whatever the fuck. If you like this podcast, subscribe to your boy and maybe show your friends because I want to get paid off this.
Sponsored by Squarespace.
Raid Shadow Legends. All right. Oh yeah. See you on the other side, folks.